And we are live on all crazy forms of social media: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch,
What?
Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast,
Oh boy.
episode 551. We're all back together, and we're doing the StreamYard. And we got Zane tonight, and we have so much wrestling to talk about. How you guys doing over there?
Great.
Good. Hey, so Matt, now that we are all hosts, if I see something in the comments, I can put it up on the big board?
Correct, you can.
Nah,
All you gotta
I
do-
know that
all you
has to
gotta
be
do
on
is-
Facebook though, right?
No. So in the top right corner where it says comments,
Oh, I
Kevin,
see it. I see it.
as long
I
as
see
you're
it.
click, once the comments come in, you'll see them pop up, and then you could press on one if you want to see what it says, and it'll come up on the bottom of the screen.
All right, so why don't I man that today?
You do. This is a conversation we should have had before we started the broadcast, ladies.
Well, you know what? This is the we haven't played the music yet.
No, this is the what do we call this? The cold open.
Cold open, soft open.
Sure. Whatever. I'm soft. Let's get
Well,
the show on the road.
You,
Enough
Tony,
of
are
it.
back. I'm back after a 2-week absence. Thank God I missed that hack, J. George. All right. Hi, Wizards Podcast. Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm just trying to learn.
I'm gonna refrain. I'm gonna. Oh God, you guys are gonna fucking. My head's gonna explode. Man, us, Kevin. Jeez. All right. Are you gonna click on every fucking comment, Kevin?
Well,
think
just
so.
one more. Oh, Tony, this is my job today.
You're
You
a
can do it
hand
next
job.
week.
All right, ladies. Well, we got a huge episode. Zane is joining us at 7:30.
As big as your face.
Me and Kevin were at AEW Dynamite last Wednesday. AEW Grand Slam's coming up. Tony's been watching the Booger Eater saga. They got a fucking pay-per-view in goddamn Kentucky. What is the NWA doing?
Yeehaw, bitches.
The G1 started. By the way, your guys' G1 coverage a couple weeks ago, brilliant.
All this and more.
Don't even remember what we did.
Oh, well, all that and so much more. Tony, are you doing the intro stuff?
The fuck you think? It's my first rodeo? Come on now.
It's Tony's first rodeo. All that and much more next here on the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast.
Fucking loser. Fuck the Shining Wizards.
So I'm going to take away both of your privileges
Oh, fuck off.
before this even starts.
I'm sorry. I'm already giving Matt homework. He's going to have to edit the intro back into the show.
Kevin,
Because
still
apparently
doesn't-
when I muted my microphone, I muted everything. Whoops.
Matt, I'm
the
gonna be
only one that
good.
got-
Trust me, I'm gonna be good.
I'm the only one that got to enjoy Mr. Monday Night Rob Van Dam do the intro for us. When he's not spying on people dropping GHB into drinks, he's joining us here live on the Shining Wizards, where it's wrestling talk.
And it's talk about wrestling.
Tony,
Matt.
Kevin, sorry.
holy fuck balls, dude. Wow, I don't.
Wow,
I,
you got,
I'm glad I'm not the only fuck up tonight. Whoa.
wow. All right. Well, This is quite the experience here with this StreamYard here. Gentlemen, how are you doing?
Fucking fantastic. How are you?
Oh boy, I am good to go. I am great, feeling good, living the dream, loving life, loving cake, loving Kevin. All of the above, baby.
As you can tell, I still really don't have my voice back from Saturday.
Yeah, that's a whole other story.
My wife threw a surprise 40th birthday party for me. And I got to spend the day with Kevin and Tony and a bunch of my friends on a party bus. And we went to Citi Field for a Mets game. And it was an excellent time. Tony clearly doesn't get out of the house enough because he was like you were like a fucking child, dude.
Why is Kevin big all of a sudden?
Relax, because I was cut off on the other view.
Oh my God!
Fucking go. Here we go.
No, but Matt, the party was great. Your wife hit it out of the park, no pun intended. So that was a good time.
I just have to ask, right?
What's that?
So since last week, I've been like, hey, fuck with the yard stream before Monday, guys.
I did. I didn't do this though.
The yard stream.
Whatever it is.
I don't know.
I feel like Yard Stream is like the gift that keeps on giving. Every time you sign in, you find something new.
Oh my God. What is bothering you? Is it the banner, Kevin? Do you not like the banner? Do you want to take the banner down?
No, somebody's complaining about the banner in the chat.
That one that has Kevin's face covered.
Yeah.
There we go.
Is that better?
Handsome Kevin.
Let this beautiful face be covered.
All right. So how are you guys doing?
That's
Fucking
right.
great. Oh, we got a scroll too. Do you see this? We are fucking fancy.
All right, Tony. I think we're about 5 seconds away from Matt legit getting.
I'm just gonna pound the rest of these half and halves until Alex Zane calls in or joins us. I don't even know if it's calling in anymore. Until Alex Zane joins us. You two sons of bitches. I swear to God.
Hey, this is great. I love this. We
This
got
is great.
Logo up over here somewhere. Kevin's over there. Matt's down there. Look at that. The X is up. X gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you. I can't even fucking talk. What? What?
You did enough talking Saturday at the goddamn baseball game.
Listen, I had a lot to complain about. Can you blame me?
Yes, you did. Can we go home? Is the game over yet? Can the bus driver hit every fucking pothole on the turnpike?
Dude,
Yeah,
I really thought we were staying for fireworks. I was fucking annoyed. I was like, we're gonna be here all night. What the fuck?
You were miserable, Tony.
No, I was fucking good time, Tony, man. I was having fun.
No, you weren't. Maybe on the way there, but even then you were like already sleeping.
What are you talking about sleeping? I was the life of the party. Was I not, Matt? Was I not?
You were something. I don't know about life, but you were something, buddy.
I got pictures of you like literally like with like slunched over with like barely any of your body on the seat on the bus.
What, on the way home?
No, on the way there.
That's the way he was laying. He was really showing off his flexibility from his DDP yoga.
Fuck yeah, dude. Why not? You got to flaunt it. You got to show that shit off. Haven't fucking DDP'd in like a week and a half. I'm fucking really behind. Really behind.
Get on that shit.
I know. I got to get back to it. Well, let's get back to some wrestling talk. Come on.
There's a lot to talk about. Alex Zane joining us in about 20 minutes. Where do you guys want to start? There's so much to talk about. Do you guys want to go? Do you guys want to talk about Dark Side of the Ring?
Yeah, we could do that. Fuck it. I watched it. I'm in for that.
Yeah.
So Dark Side of the Ring is back.
Mm.
The third season, second half kicked off Thursday night, and they covered the third season second half. Yeah, because they split into to two parts.
Yeah, they got a lot of episodes to run through, so they decided to put a little break in the middle, and now it's back with a vengeance, apparently.
Oh, is it ever? They kicked off with the plane ride from hell, and yeesh.
Yes.
It was
Ooh. Ah.
it was not an easy watch, which I
Nope.
guess the name of the show, Dark Side of the Ring, but man, the
This
taking your
was like
taking your dick out and showing it to people and making people touch it never is going to age well. So don't do it, people.
let me ask you guys this. It was the first time you've heard that portion of the story of the plane ride?
It's the first time I've heard about
I've never heard that part of it. I've heard everything else except that, and maybe even like the Scott Hall, like all like the really disturbing shit I had never heard before.
Well, I don't think they want you to hear it, right?
Well, and apparently we didn't hear everything that happened because there was a lot more meat on that bone. Our friends over at Inconclusive Breakdown did a little this and that, dumpster diving into the actual lawsuit that was filed against everybody, including the McMahons on that plane. And I can understand why Dustin Runnels didn't want to be involved in this one either, because apparently he was might have been a little bit more worse than the Nature Boy was on that flight. Like we all know about the singing and the serenading and Jim Ross being like, cut that shit out or whatever. But yeah, apparently Dustin was doing a little bit more than asking about certain things. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, but didn't in the interview the main flight attendant say that he was actually the one that stopped Ric Flair from being any worse than he was? So I guess maybe
it might not have been her. Were there any other flight attendants on this thing?
Oh yeah, there was a whole crew, but I guess she's the only one they talked to.
Yeah, so
or the only one that wanted to talk.
Well, Matt, I'm sure you're happy. Well, maybe not happy, but you're probably fucking nodding your head saying, I told you so. Apparently HBK might be next on the fucking block with the GHB bombs or whatever, because there was a little bit of if you read between the lines, it might have been Sean and Marty who like to party, doing some of the things that Rob Van Dam was talking about.
It's terrible. It's terrible. I don't know why they're doing that.
They're doing it because it was the fucking 80s, man. And like, let's take advantage of these poor women. Well, poor women, I mean, but shouldn't take advantage of any women. Let's just put it that way, Even if they are there to party, they're there to party on their terms and not fucking be drugged and passed out, No,
I agree. I don't agree with the H-bombs, but I agree with what you're trying to say. Let's pick up this conversation after we talk to our guest, Alex Zane. He's just going to jump in here. I'm going to pop him in. Look at that figure.
Whoa.
Look at this guy.
Whoa.
Mr. Alex Zane. How are you, sir? I can't hear you.
Whoa.
You got to put his mic up, or is that on him?
I think that's him. I can't hear you, Mr. Alex. Hold on 1 second. He's going to fix his microphone. Looks like we got a lot of Jack's Bone Crunchers, mint on card, sitting on the wall back there.
Looks like some slammers too, if I'm not mistaken.
I got a 2-pack over there too. I'm trying to zoom in on that stuff.
Oh, no, don't mute his mic.
What is that? Tough? What tough? Is there a line that had tough? I could see a 2-pack over his left shoulder.
Yeah.
Let me see what else we got here. Nice. All right, he can hear us. That's a good thing. I think there's Triple H on his right shoulder there. Maybe a Jericho next to him. Am I seeing this right?
Oh, Jericho was in a BCA.
It's a WrestleMania 15 collection. Like that a lot. Got the superstars line up top there.
I want to make him larger so I can see it.
You want me to do that for you, Kev?
There you go. That's what I'm looking for.
There's Alex. Now he's big guy there. This is no mic yet, my friend. I'm gonna exit. I'm gonna get him out of the solo layout, so he's.
That's fine.
We're gonna try and get Alex set up here with the StreamYard. Let's see. I don't know why your microphone isn't working. Technology, people. it never ever ceases to amaze us, no matter what platform we use. Skype, what were we using? Zoom before this. Kevin's very handsome. Oh God, you guys are killing me. All right,
Not
he
me.
punched out.
Wasn't me.
You threw our guest
no.
out?
I didn't throw him out. I'm sure he's gonna try and reset and see what the deal is. So I guess we could talk a little bit more about that plane ride from hell until he pops back in. I'm gonna see if he sends me a message. So all this stuff comes out, and I think Tommy Dreamer got in a hell of a lot of trouble for his comments.
Probably rightfully so. I mean, do we disagree with that?
No, I don't agree.
You don't agree?
I don't agree. No, you said, do you disagree with that? And I said, I don't. What did I say?
You said you don't agree.
No, I do agree. He should have gotten in trouble. He essentially said she's a liar. Ric Flair doesn't have to force anyone to grab his dick.
Yeah.
Not a good look for Tommy Dreamer.
Well, he also put the blame on her, saying, well, if she really was, why didn't she just pursue the fullest extent of the law? And why did she take the money and run? Dude, look at me. I have 2 fucking ponytails. Dude,
Yeah,
and this was disappointing.
This was the worst thing he said, making a joke about how his haircut is offending somebody and comparing that and making that the exact same thing as a sexual assault, which is just absolutely brutal and just the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard anyone say in my entire life.
Like, honestly, like, what was he thinking when he was interviewed by these guys? Like, he thought what he was saying was absolutely fine. Like,
all right. So I refuse to believe that Tommy Dreamer. I refuse to believe that Tommy Dreamer really thinks what he said is accurate. But it's like, that's a weird one, man. Because he said like the worst shit possible, like victim shaming, supporting a guy who literally, allegedly, whatever you want to say, did what he did, and then comparing it to the most asinine thing you could ever possibly compare it to. There's like the triple whammy of just like bad ideas and bad things to say.
Yes, Carissa, we were all baffled by his comments. Like, I don't understand a guy who's been around the business like that could even defend like anything that happened. Even if you have no knowledge, like, just to come out with stuff like that.
Yeah, and to I lost my train of thought, but I was just gonna say even if what he said was out of context, the words still came out of his mouth, and they were absolutely like brutal, like absolutely no defense, nothing you could say. He apologized. I don't know if that's good enough right now.
Oh, did he apologize?
Yeah. I don't think that's good enough though. That's not. He's got to do some soul searching. He's got to do some activism work or something to just get the stink off. I don't know if you can get the stink off because.
Well, he did lose one job, and he's probably going to wind up losing another.
Oh, he lost both.
Oh, Impact's Dunsky.
Oh no, I don't know if he was suspended. He's off, busted open.
Oh, busted open, yeah. But
yeah.
I thought Impact was just he's like sort of like sent home without pay or some other nonsense. They indefinitely suspended him or something like that.
All right, we're going to try this again with our guest, Mr. Alex Zane.
Hello.
There we go.
Hey, yo. Great. I switched to my phone, and that seemed to fix the problem as opposed to the computer. Which is weird because I'm using the exact same microphone just plugged into my phone instead.
Maybe there's too much Taco Bell hot sauce jammed up in that computer box there.
That's probably true. That's probably true.
The sauce. Alex Zane joins the Shining Wizards. Mr. Zane, how are you tonight?
I am lovely. Cannot complain. Got to get some sleep for the first time in several days. So, it's great. Feeling good.
Super busy week. You were out there for GCW, and I'm probably going to say this wrong. Pele Pro Wrestling?
Pele Pro.
Pele.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
There
you
they
throw like
were,
a little
yeah.
like umlaut or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
they-
we stuck the little accent on it, and then it's everyone's guess on Twitter.
Yeah,
But
I'm adult. I don't know any of that sophisticated stuff.
yeah, reading is hard for me anyway, much less when you start doing it in other languages and things.
All right, so let's. I got to talk about the elephant in the room. This beautiful display behind you.
Oh, hey, yeah.
All right, me and Kevin are major figure marks, definitely. Now we got Kevin said before. It looks like some slammers. We got some BCAs back there.
They're mostly BCAs, aside from maybe what. Stomps are still
That dude-
BCAs. I think everything's up there is BCA right now. Actually,
Well,
that's all I got.
Do I see a Dude Love back there?
There's Dude Love, and he
Slammer.
is and he's signed. Yeah.
Ooh.
Whoa!
Yeah, I got the 3-pack signed too, and it was awesome because he was nice enough to sign it in all 3 gimmicks. Sorry about the thumb on there.
Oh,
But
that's great.
yeah, it was awesome.
So when did the obsession with collecting wrestling figures start for you? Or is this an adult type thing, or is this a kid type thing?
So originally it was a kid type thing, of course, when I was younger. I mean, I was always into wrestling since I was like 3 years old. And of course, just not so much collecting as it was playing with figures at the time. And then I lost my entire childhood collection one time, like everything gone. Yeah.
Worst.
Which I had in my adult years. Like I still had these tubs or whatever. And long story short, was dating a girl. We split up. I went and started like staying with my cousin, and she, unbeknownst to me, got evicted from the place and I was like, oh, I'm just going to keep my stuff in storage here. And then she got evicted and didn't say anything. And then like, not only my action figures, but anything else that was in there just gone.
Oh.
And then I had $3,000 worth of eviction on my credit for like 7 years or something like that.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Like Joe Pesci used to say, it's the bitches that'll get you.
Wow.
Thanks, Joe Pesci.
So what was the original? Did you just start collecting stuff that you had back then, or what was the original? What did the original collection consist of?
So the original collection was a lot of BCAs anyway. So that was like what I was super into. I mean, that was just the time frame, childhood wise, and just fandom wise, was when the BCAs were hot in stores and whatever. And so originally it was like, not just get the stuff that was in my collection, but just get BCAs, because there was plenty of BCAs that I never found and I was super into, whatever. And this was probably only 5-6 years ago I started collecting BCAs, and it was so cool because no one cared about BCAs and they were so cheap. And now that's not the case. Thanks a lot, Matt Cardona, who I saw. But I blamed him. I saw him last night and was like, hey, you did this. Now I spend like 10 times the amount on a BCA at least. Versus, I used to get them for like $4 a piece.
To me, BCAs,
Mock.
even to this day, the BCAs are the most playable action figure of all time. In terms of
I love them, man.
In terms of actually like doing moves and like you could move them. They're very flexible. They have all like LJNs were just big rubber stuff, so you have to really imagine.
Right.
Hasbro's were better. Galoob,
They're
WCW
super cool,
figures.
but they were clunky. Yeah,
exactly. So
and
when
I love those too. I have a few Hasbros and stuff, and some LJNs and stuff too. Which I have. I mean, this is like the man cave / guest room, whatever, and like all those tubs are full, and they are not on the walls or anything yet. And then, I mean, I got plenty, but that are not displayed. I've run out of thumbtacks actually. So I gotta get more thumbtacks.
It's funny. I'm running out of walls, and my computer is hooked up to everything. Otherwise, I would.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of wall space either. And like what I'm trying to do with the BCAs and the ECW figure, and just pretty much all the 90s nostalgia is really taking up a lot of room, because even if they were in these tubs, like everything in these tubs is already taking up enough room. If I was to put it on the walls, there's no way they're going to fit anyway. So I got to figure something out. Luckily, my girlfriend's like super cool with my weird obsessions. So she's like, it's fine. I'll just hang them in the living room or something. She'll just shake it off. She's fine with it.
Okay. You bring up your girlfriend. I got to ask. I think we're Facebook friends. I think I follow you. You guys do those weird videos where you like throw kitchen utensils and she catches them with her butt.
Yeah, she caught a what was it? A spatula with her butt.
Yeah.
She caught a spatula with her butt. It was it's a talent, just like anything else. It actually took us so long. Like I sat there in the kitchen and threw the spatula at her ass for like 30 minutes. She finally caught it though. I'm very proud of her.
Took my wife 30 seconds to hit me with a spatula when she saw me watching the video. What the fuck are you looking at? I don't know what I'm looking at.
The internet. You're getting gotten by the internet. That's that's how it goes. Yeah. She caught a spatula with her butt, which is pretty impressive because I don't think I could do that.
No, I'm trying to keep things from falling out of my butt, let alone catch things.
Yeah. Right.
So let me ask you this.
It's also a talent. You should be proud.
I'm not good at it, brother. I'll let you throw that out there right now.
In Matt's defense, he puts his legs up in the air and he tries catching them the hard way.
Right.
So wait, does she catch it on her butt?
No, it's a clinch method. The spatula has to be coming in at the right angle, and there's a clinch method to the cheeks. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'll send you a link. I'll have to find it.
Yeah. I mean, if Matt could find it, I guess I could find it too.
I know it's on her TikTok. Anyone else that wants to see this, her TikTok is Tabs 24x score. So
this is a conversation I was not expecting to have.
Yeah, welcome to my life.
I mean, it looks like. Look, I mean, that's a talent. And you just said you probably spent 40 minutes in the kitchen just throwing a spatula at her.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not putting myself over anything, but even the perfect throw of the spatula took some practice. Yeah. Like she's definitely the pro because she caught it with the clenched cheeks, but at the end of the day, the throw mattered,
But it's like a wrestling match. You need the other person.
It takes two to tango. Partner. Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You have been just on a tear lately after your release from NXT. You won the Honor Rumble and your return to Ring of Honor, which was awesome.
Which means I get to look forward to
Bandito,
a Ring of Honor world title shot against potentially Bandito if he still has the title by the time I get to him. We'll see.
Now, do you know?
He probably will because he's incredible.
Are you allowed to pick when you get that shot there?
To a degree. Sometimes my dates kind of are messing things up right now, I think. But I'm pretty booked, so we're figuring everything out. But yeah, it'll be soon.
Oh yeah, we got these cool banners at the bottom. I could only fit so many dates in there for you, bud.
Oh, thank you. I see that. I didn't even notice that.
Now I'm
on the tiny screen. So
October 8th versus Hammerstone.
Yeah, that was just announced like 14 hours ago, and I flew in. So like last night, I was doing some things. I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about it. I meant to message them before I came on here, but then we had our own troubles. But yeah, so last night I was like super dead, tired, busy all day, went to sleep, woke up, didn't even bother with the phone other than to catch an Uber and get on my flight. It was like 4:30 a.m. I got up, which is not a thing I like at all. Caught the flight, came home, still not just bothering with my phone, just straight home, straight to bed, and woke up and they had announced that match and I was super stoked to see it. Yeah. And that is my San Francisco Bay Area debut. I've not been up there ever in my life, much less to wrestle. So I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
West Coast Pro.
There you go. San Francisco's a nice city. I've been there once.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, I've heard crazy things. I know they got a lot of good food, and I am a food guy, if the internet hasn't noticed yet.
Now look, to be fair, the only food that I know you're into is Taco Bell.
Yeah, I mean, I pushed that one pretty hard, that's for sure. But I love just food. I love food. That's my whole thing.
Okay, so you just came back from Texas, and GCW was out in the Los Angeles area. What was your like? I got to stop and get whatever.
So all the time when I'm in Los Angeles, I got to do Korean barbecue. They have like dozens of great Korean barbecue spots, especially like in this case, I was on a short stint there. So it was like, I got like one dinner option. Otherwise, it's kind of like grab what you can get, because you stay so busy and whatever. So I was out there long enough to at least go get dinner with my brother and stuff. He lives out there. My best friend, who's basically my brother, he lives out there, and it was like we did like a birthday dinner basically at Korean barbecue, and it was awesome. Just ate my weight in meat. It was great.
Now, isn't that the one where you cook it yourself?
Yeah, it's got the whole gimmick in the middle of the table, and you just order plates of raw meat and just whip it up. And most of them are like all you can eat. Not a lot of like several of them, high end places and stuff like that aren't all you can eat. But like this place, I think was like $30-$40 for all you can meat, and and they bring tons of sides and stuff. It's great. I love it. Every podcast I do ends up just being a food conversation. That's it. I'm not sorry.
I mean, I'm a slob, so I'm good with the food talk.
Hey, let's go.
Tony used to be a fat guy. Kevin knows good
Congrats,
pizza.
Tony.
Thank you.
Now it did the DDP. Oh, Carissa Lopez wants
hot sauce. Yeah, I go for the hot usually. I do like the fire, but I think the hot has the better flavor. I just like the heat of the fire more. Diablo is almost like, I don't know, it just doesn't have like the flavor that I'm looking for. But I miss the Verde sauce. I can't believe they don't carry the Verde sauce anymore. But yeah, I hope that answers the question in a way. I order all the sauces.
Do you like the spicy shit?
Yeah, I'm not like crazy with the spicy, like pretty moderate.
Okay, so because like a bunch of idiots, Tony ordered the Burn and Bliss chocolate. So you're either going to eat a piece of chocolate that's a piece of chocolate, or one that's going to make it hurts. It hurts your face.
Is it like a roulette?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
it comes in a little tray. It's like 12 pieces of chocolate. 5 of them are poison, and 7 of them are apparently really good. I never got one of the really good ones. I always got the dog shit ones. Oh, that's so awesome. Bad.
That's like that Bean Boozled or whatever.
We've done that too.
That's awesome. Yeah. Disgusting. Vomit or whatever it is.
Not good.
Sour.
Yeah. I refuse to take part in that.
So the spicy chocolate actually tastes bad, or because I've had spicy chocolate that's like good. Like
no. It's just like you might as well just take a swig off of like the 9 million Scoville bottle. It's just over the top. It's over. And the worst part was, as soon as it hit my tongue, I knew I had the bad one, and I coughed, and that was the worst because it started going down the wrong pipe. I was done, dude. I had the hiccups for like 20 minutes. It was so bad.
That's so crazy. Bad. I remember one time one of my first like things I had like ever like done in Florida. We were doing like a Comic-Con type of thing. A friend of mine was doing music for it and all this stuff. But we came down, it was like Pensacola, I think. But they have a Tijuana Flats that's like a chain here. Mm-hmm. And they do some crazy sauces. And I don't know about now. This was years ago, but they had this one you had to sign a waiver for, and like if you eat and they come out with like rubber gloves and a dropper, and they drop a little, like it's like a science fair project, and it's like just pure black tar, like hot sauce extract. There's no flavor. It's just
that's
third degree burns.
Like I agree with you with the hot sauce from Taco Bell. It's like you want to strike the balance between flavor and heat, and eventually like you just get so much heat you don't get any flavor. So it's like, what's the point? Right. And some of these idiots, they give you like they do like special runs where it's just like 45 million Scoville, but it's like a 1.5 ounce like little vial, and it's got like all kinds of skulls and decorations on it. It's more of a collector's item, but who's eating this shit? I don't know anybody who would eat that shit. Well, maybe I know one person who would eat it, but
I know a couple people that like stuff like extremely hot, and I think just for whatever reason it doesn't affect them the same way.
Oh, terrible.
Crazy. Speaking of which, finding the balance between flavor and heat, I'm coming out with my own trifecta of sauces. They're in the works right now. I've got 3 different sauces, and and I haven't named them yet. I haven't gotten that far. I've only tasted them so far, and then we have a new batch that just came in that I have to retaste because I was trying to get the heat up on some of them. But the flavors on all three of them are crazy. Like they're so good. Yeah, I was like so excited about it. Yeah, so I can't wait to share that with the world.
Oh, that's super exciting. Have you gotten tired of tasting the sauces though?
No, they're still good. Yeah, they were all good. Like even the different variants. Like I think I've been through 4 or 5 different variants of each sauces. So like whatever that equates to be, 12, 15 different sauces that I'm tasting. And I'm just using like a tortilla or tortilla chip and just dabbing it. But they were all good, and I would just have to be like, oh, I like the flavor most out of this one, the heat most out of that one, you know, and work it that way. Yeah, so I have a bunch of wild stuff happening and coming out. Just like you said, I'm on a tear now that I've been released.
You are on a tear in the wrestling world and in the hot sauce game. Apparently, have you done the one chip challenge?
I have not done the one chip challenge. Terrified of the one chip challenge. Everyone I see do the one chip challenge looks like they are not having a great time. So,
have you ever shared a locker room with low life Louis Ramos?
I don't think so.
He hung up.
Man, he's got heat with Louis.
What happened? We lost Alex Zane.
He said, "Fuck this shit."
Oh no! I hope he comes back.
He went to get a Four Loko.
God.
Oh no! I was gonna say if he shared a locker room with him, he could do anything.
Dude, Louis is the only guy I know that fucking did the one chip challenge and like didn't even phase him. He's like, yeah, it's pretty hot.
All right, so what is the one chip challenge?
It's literally just one chip. It comes like in a coffin, and you open it up and you eat the chip, and it's really, really hot.
It's very hot.
What's in it?
Spicy.
It's probably like just hot shit, like habaneros and reapers and all that other kind of shit on it. It's like a Dorito, but instead of like nacho flavor, it's like spicy. No bueno, Kevin. No bueno indeed.
See, I don't mind spicy, but not like super crazy spicy. Oops.
I am super.
Yeah. Like as far as I go is I've done the hot and the fire and the Diablo from Taco Bell, crushed red pepper I put on everything. But other than that, no, not a big spice guy.
I like it in moderation. Like I go with the hot. I'll put some fire on there to mix it. Once in a while, Diablo, but it's got to have flavor to me.
Fan of the Spice Girls, not a spice guy.
People of the world,
spice up your life.
Every boy and every girl.
Spice up your life.
Yay!
Oh man, I hope Alex comes back. I hope we didn't offend him.
Yep.
I don't think we did.
So. You think it was the low life Louis question?
Probably. He's probably got sponsorships that he needs to keep, and you know.
Dang.
Maybe his phone ran out of battery.
Yeah, we'll give him a few minutes to jump back in here. Shit.
Very impressed with his knowledge of the wrestling figures, though.
Well, yeah, you got to know what you're doing if you're collecting them, right?
He's a collector, bro. Yeah, of course.
You got to be well informed, educated.
Very impressive.
All right, so let's jump back to this plane ride from hell before Alex Zane joins us again, I hope. So Tommy Dreamer caught the heat. Ric Flair caught the heat. How come no one's complaining about Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
What did he do again?
He took his ding dong out for Terry Reynolds.
Yeah, he did a little sexy and I know it in front of her.
All right. I thought the low life Louis thing made you punch out.
It did not. I'm back. I don't know what happened. Some sort of page refresh thing, and I think I figured it out. So that shouldn't happen again. No need to explain that. But
I was gonna say, if you've shared a locker room with low life Louis Ramos, you can literally do.
So, yeah.
You can face any fear in your life, and you'll be okay.
Oh, nice. I'll do it when I'm with him. Then I'll get on it.
Don't let him near you with the drill dough.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Not gonna do that.
For a big man, he moves like a cat. So look out. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
We're on the line with Alex Zane at Ari Sterling WWE, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch.
It actually just changed today. It
What
just
the
changed today. It is at Alex Zane Sauce now, and that's because I received a
hell?
text message today from WWE saying, "Hey, we can't change your stuff back now." And I was like, "Thanks." They lost my original usernames. Basically, they lost them for me. Someone else has acquired them. I tried to reach out to the Instagram that has acquired it. The Twitter seems to not even exist. So great. Yeah, excellent
Boy,
news today.
I gotta ask. Did the text come from Vince? I was like, God damn it!
Yeah, directly. No, it did not. It came from the social media team that originally helped me change my. I'm trying to find something to prop this damn phone up, but they originally helped me change my usernames on there. And when they helped me, they were like, "Oh, we can lock your usernames, whatever, and then you can, when and if you ever want them back, we can, just hand them back over." I guess they forgot part of that process, and now I'm Alex Zane Sauce.
The social media department, the people in charge of everything, just sort of forgot your shit.
Yeah, they goofed it somehow, and they didn't really accept responsibility for it, so that irritated me, and so whatever. I don't like. It has actually been the most irritating thing out of like the whole release process. Like, I'm far more irritated by losing at Alex Zane on Instagram and Twitter than I am by even being released by the company.
All right. Well, I think I fixed it. I fixed it on the scroll on the bottom.
Thank you.
You know what? I had to do all this set everything up before I went to work today. So of course, once we get you on, it changed. So
yeah,
we fixed it at Alex Zane Sauce, and he's got a Twitch channel. Check that out: twitch.tv/Alex Zane. The scroll's across the bottom, and we'll scroll his upcoming matches too, because he has a full slate of matches. But this past weekend, you happened to be at GCW, highest in the room. You defeated Jordan Oliver. You've been with GCW. That's kind of where you got you kind of got the big recognition.
Yeah, absolutely.
How important is it for you to be back with GCW, seeing the great things they're doing with Nick Gage? Even though 2/3 of us hate Matt Cardona.
Is he the single one that doesn't?
Oh yeah, he's
he's got the gimmick on. I love it.
All decked out.
Yeah.
How much did it mean for you? Because I'm sure Brett was quick to call you as soon as he heard you were released.
It's kind of, just the relationship that he and I have too. It was kind of like we just knew, like as soon as the release, was announced. I think I might have wrote him before it was even announced publicly, which was only like a 30-minute difference anyway. But I was just like, hey, dates, where am I at? And he just hit me with everything that he had set in stone or whatever. And then he hit me with a few like hypothetical dates that he was trying to work on or whatever. So yeah, it definitely, that's home to me. That's where I had my final indie match before moving on to WWE. And originally I was really trying hard to make that my first return match as well. But that didn't work out the way we wanted it to. I was trying to return the weekend before my 30 days was up, and I was asking WWE for like, hey, can I do that? And I buried them already, so there was no need to like go further with that. Because it's, as annoying as some things are, like a lot of things are just out of their hands, and other things might be out of their hands, like usernames that they let slip through their butterfingers or something. But yeah, so I was trying to make that my first return because it was so important to me. You know what I mean? Just GCW in general. They changed my life in many ways, and I would do most anything for GCW and old Brett.
Yeah, and you're set. This weekend. You and AR Fox. Are you fucking like?
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be doing a lot of like matches that were really on my list, anyway. And then once I got signed, I was like, oh, these might not ever even happen now. You know, you don't know how things are going to go. And yeah, so it's super cool. I had never gotten to work Jordan Oliver in a singles. And of course, I've never even been in the ring with AR Fox. So I'm very excited about that. So just getting to do a lot of things that I never thought, or thought I might not never get to do, rather, just because of circumstances, right? But
So GCW and NXT and WWE to me couldn't be more polar opposites.
yeah, that's definitely true.
So I mean, obviously we know Moxley and people have come out at GCW, but how are they really that much on the radar of people in WWE and NXT? Is that how you got? Did they just watch tape? Did you go to like how did that process whole develop? Because to me, like I said, GCW and WWE couldn't be further from each other.
Yeah, so the courting process with me and WWE was kind of a lengthy one compared to a lot, and some of that's due to the pandemic. Like that kind of got in the way. I was in talks with them. I think the first conversation I had with WWE was actually before I ever even went to Japan, which was just like 4 or 5 months after I like went viral off the 630 and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, it came pretty quick, and I originally reached out, and I mean, I don't know how much of this I'm supposed to say, but whatever. Like, I don't think it's a big deal. But I reached out. This was before the pandemic and stuff like that. I had tons of stuff scheduled for the summer of 2020. Would blow this schedule out of the water. It was crazy. I had Japan again. I had Australia. I had Europe, like a half dozen countries in Europe that I was going to do in a 30-day tour over there. And that was supposed to be like August or something. GCW was actually going to Europe. So I was going to be like, hey, I'm going to fly in a couple weeks early, rev some stuff up, do GCW in the middle, and then a couple weeks on the back end or something, trying to plan stuff out. So I had all this stuff planned, and I was already in talks with WWE then. So when the pandemic hit, they so it's January. I was in talks with them. February, it was like the first week of February 2020. I was supposed to do a tryout originally with WWE, and I got that because where I was going to do that European tour, I was already trying to work dates out for it. I reached out to Jim Smallman to get me on Progress. And he was like, hey, I'll gladly put you in touch with him, yada, yada. But if you ever want to give NXT a try, let me know. Because he had started working with WWE. So I said, hey, yeah, of course I'm interested in that, whatever. And it was like a day later or something like that. William Regal was calling me, and I was on the tour bus with New Japan at the time. And so I answered, and they needed, that's when we had scheduled the actual tryout and yada yada. And then I'm on the tour bus. Regal calls me because they wanted blood work and physicals and stuff before the tryout. And I was like, we're 7 days out from the tryout. I can't get this stuff to you. I'm on a tour bus right now. I'm on the road or whatever. And they're like, okay, we'll reschedule, have a good tour. And then Regal actually came, and we met backstage at the final date. I think it was in Atlanta, maybe, for that New Japan tour that we did early 2020. It was like a Southeast sort of tour.
Yeah, it's one where I think the Gorillas of Destiny won the tag titles.
Yeah. It was that one. Yeah. Which was really cool. And then, so yeah, that was the first bit of the process. So then we're rescheduling the tryout, and then I got hurt at ROH. Was that in February?
Was that was Free Enterprise?
Yeah, where I wrestled Andrew Everett, and I hurt my foot in that match doing silly Alex Zane things, and hurt my foot, and I was supposed to be out 6 weeks, so I took 3 weeks off and taped it up, and then so that got in the way. We didn't even get to a rescheduling. It was hey, we're trying to figure that out, and then I got hurt, and I was like, hey, now I'm hurt, so we got to push it. and then we were still trying to sort it out, and I was with ROH in Vegas the day that the pandemic was announced. So, and my foot was still healing, but I was like good enough to go. It was just like had to work around it in a way. And so that got announced, and of course, like those releases came right off the pandemic from WWE. So I didn't even bother reaching out because it's like I'm not trying to get signed in a world of releases right now. So then right on the back end of the pandemic, even, you know, when things started to kind of ease up, I guess, is when they called me, and we went straight to paper. We skipped the whole tryout process and went straight to negotiations, which was cool. But yeah, so that's a long-winded answer to the question. But yeah, that was the process. It was a long process, and it seemed like it was kind of like going to be a lengthy process regardless of the pandemic anyway, just because of like everything I had planned. Because even if they were like, hey, we want to sign you right now, right? No, like even I did the tryout, whatever, they're like, let's sign, whatever. I still would have wanted to honor the tours that I had already agreed to had the pandemic not hit anyway. So
your time in NXT, I don't want to focus on the negative. What was the most positive thing you could? Look, people are always looking for they want to shit on the WWE, but they gave you an opportunity, and I'm sure it wasn't all bad. What was the most positive thing you took out of your experience down there?
Well, firstly, I think for me, it was pretty much every bit of it was good. Like everything was good. I like that, and that's why the name thing is frustrating to me, because like really they're on top of their shit for the most part. Right. I mean, every place and person and thing in the world has its qualms, right? Like it has its faults, but overall, like the whole experience was incredibly positive. The locker room was incredible. The producers were awesome. The writers were cool. Like everyone's super cool and like just trying their best to do whatever it is that they think is best, right? So the most positive thing, man, on a personal level would be just I basically got paid to go to the wrestling Harvard for 10 months. Like, that's awesome. Like, who can argue with that? So, like, when they called with the release, I was like, thanks, you know? Like, and I was like, and they were like, Laurinaitis called, which, you know, and he's like, hey, got some bad news. And I was like, yeah, you know, whatever. And I was like, thank you so much, whatever. And like, you could just hear it and almost hear it in his silence that he was like caught off guard by the fact that I was like cool with it. He was like, oh shit, wait, this is not how these phone calls usually go. And I immediately got off the phone, hung up, and I called William Regal. That's who at the end of the day really brought me in, and thanked him for everything. He was super helpful while I was there, and like remained super helpful and just like a mentor to me, and someone that I'll always keep in touch with to the best of our ability. So I called him, was like, thanks for everything, blah, blah. And he was like, it seemed more broken up about it than I was. He's like, oh no, Alex, you know, and I was like, and so I talked to him for all of 5 minutes, and I was like, no, it's really fine. Like, thank you so much. Like, and of course I'm still in sort of the down lull of it at the same time, because I just got the information within a couple minutes. And then I get off the phone with him, and I'm sitting there thinking for a second, and I get on the phone with New Japan, and I start texting people at ROH, and I start reaching out to Brett, everyone. And then I called my girlfriend, and I was like, hey, things have changed, just got released, already have a lot of dates filled. And she was like, wait, how did you get dates filled? And I was like, oh, I called them. She was like, you called them before me? I was like, well, gotta eat. Taco Bell ain't free.
That is true. Taco Bell's not free, but your card is filling up. I mean, just I'm going to throw up the banner again, just for those watching us.
Yeah, run those dates.
Like this Friday, AR Fox. I don't know if you have anything Saturday. I'm sorry, I couldn't find anything.
It's Thursday, Friday.
You got PWG Sunday. I know that.
Sunday, yeah. So Saturday, I'm just using to travel since it's New York to LA, and I'm just like, that's gonna hurt enough. I don't need to wrestle on top of it.
And look, we had Jack Cartwheel on our show a couple weeks ago.
Nice, good kid.
You, Jack, Dante Martin taking on Trey Miguel, Myron Reed, and we know Jake Atlas has stepped away from the world of professional wrestling. Right. And I don't want to ask for any spoilers, but do you know if the answer? I don't want to name, but do you know who's stepping into his spot?
I truly don't. Like, and neither does like anyone else. Like, I've asked all the other boys who are in the match, yo, like, have you heard anything? And they're like, nope. And I'm like, guess we'll see Sunday. See you in the locker room, kids. Like, we'll just figure it out.
I mean, just the 5 names, you, Jack, Dante Martin, who's between you and Dante Martin, I don't know who is, we all watched the Will Ospreay and the Ricochet match, and you go, no one's gonna fucking top that. And then you're doing 630s on the dudes that are laying across the top turnbuckle. You're jumping over cars. Dante Martin's defying gravity.
He is crazy.
You guys are unreal. And then you throw in Trey Miguel and Myron Reed. I mean,
right. And Trey Miguel's incredible, and I've not gotten to work with Myron Reed outside of like one scramble. I think we touched all of twice or something at GCW. I can't even remember which show that was. It was on the boardwalk at Atlantic City. But yeah, so I'm just super excited to get to work with them again, and work with Myron like in a more, like, I don't know, we get to do more, so it'll be great.
And then Willie Mack on the 30th in Los Angeles, Adam Priest on the 2nd in New South.
I didn't even know that Willie Mack. Oh yeah, the Willie Mack. Yes. I was like, wait, where am I at? Yeah. We actually just talked about that. So yeah, I know the match. I was like,
Hammerstone, as you know, was just announced the other day, and then I'm fucking pumped because I'm going to Philadelphia for this show. You and Will Ospreay.
Very much looking forward to that.
And he's not the real world champion. Don't buy into that narrative.
I'm buying in. He's the real world champion. You know what I'm buying in?
If you beat the real world champion, dude, Alex Zane and
then
Shingo,
I'm the interim
sign me up.
World champion. Let's go. Yeah, Shingo is incredible. I would love to wrestle him someday, for sure.
I know you did the New Japan tour in the States. Have you ever been to Japan?
Yeah, I did go to Japan. This was November 2019, and then through like mid-January 2020. And I went over there with Shima's OWE and did 6 weeks over there with him, which was great. Incredible experience. Loved every bit of it. Got sick twice. Probably had COVID then, because who catches the flu twice within 6 weeks? Don't know if that's how flu works. But yeah, and like one time I was so dead. And there's actually, I'm not sure, maybe you've heard of him. His name's Storm Grayson, and he's a freelance wrestling in Chicago. Like he's coming up through there. And he was over there doing some stuff with Wrestle One. And so we ended up, like, I was staying at the Wrestle One dojo at the time. And which on that tour I did OWE, Wrestle One, J Stage, I think it's called VKF or something like that was one of them, and Big Japan and stuff. So I got to do a ton of really cool stuff while I was there. And Storm Grayson was like a bunkmate of mine at the dojo, because I got to stay in the dojo like most of the tour. And he knew that when I was sick, like he thought I was gonna die. I thought I was gonna die, but he was like the most helpful dude ever. Like he would just like wake me up on like a 3-day sleep and be like, here's water and some like vegetables. Like, you have to have something. Like, cause I was just dead to the world. It was crazy. Yeah. And I had like these weird, like cold sweats and stuff that would keep me up forever. And even though I was up, I wasn't really like alert. It was insane. Yeah. It was not a good time, but luckily it happened on my little break from the ring. Like, I had a short time off there. Unfortunately, that short time off, instead of doing cool touristy things, was spent being sick as shit. But yeah, shout out to Storm Grayson. He kept me alive. I'm pretty sure I would be dead without that kid. Gave me medicine and everything that I wouldn't have otherwise gotten. So.
I ask every single person that's gone to Japan, Raw horse meat. Have you tried?
Yeah, I ate raw horse meat. I love this story. I was telling this the other day. So it was probably my second day in Japan, and Lance Archer had put me onto the raw horse meat. Lance Archer.
That's why I asked, because we interviewed Lance Archer and he told us about the raw horse.
Yeah, he's like, hey, like, I know it sounds weird, but you got to have the raw, like, you got to at least try it, whatever. It's like, I absolutely will. So, because again, food. So, and actually, I got to hang out with Lance when I was in Japan and stuff, and I got to go to Wrestle Kingdom because I had already debuted for New Japan in the States and stuff. So Rocky, like, hooked it up and stuff, and Lance is like a big brother to me in wrestling, and probably just in life in general. So it's like the second day I'm in Japan or so, and it was my first day at the Wrestle One Dojo. So I get there, first day in Tokyo, and it's the evening sometime, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go out and like get something to eat, whatever. I don't have like the little hotspot box or anything, so my phone doesn't work outside of Wi-Fi there. So I'm literally just me being just my dumb self trying to just navigate Tokyo, with no technology. Like, I'm just walking around, and just trying to find food. But I managed pretty well. I started to figure out my own little system of working things over there. And so I think that day I might have got ramen for the first time or something. And then I'm coming back to the dojo, which everything there is trains and walking and whatever. So I'm walking back to the dojo, which is like a mile and a half worth of alleyways and stuff to get there from the train station. And as I'm walking, I see a bunch of the Wrestle One boys coming down. They got like a little crew, a couple of girls and stuff with them. And they're like, hey, do you want to come like eat with us? Which I had just eaten, but it's also my second day there and I'm not going to be rude. And I'm like, yeah, I can go snack on some stuff, whatever. Like, would love to. So I joined their little crew. We walk to this restaurant. I'm there. No idea what anything on the menu says. So they're trying to help me order and like whatever. And it seemed to be everything was sort of family style, shareable plates, whatever. And then they asked me if I had ever had horse meat. And I was like, oh, is it the raw horse meat? We start that conversation. They were like, yeah. So then they order it for me. So it came out and it was cut. I don't know. It was kind of interesting way it was cut. It was kind of like slivers of it, whatever. And it had a raw quail egg, I can only assume, just because I don't know many other small eggs, because I'm uncultured. But it had a raw quail egg on top of it too. And then you just like mix up the quail egg with the raw horse meat and just down the hatch. And so they order it. I'm eating it. And of course, like we would do with anyone we took to try a hot dog for the first time here in America or whatever it is we eat, they are just like on the edge of their seats, just like watching me eat like raw horse meat. So I mix it up, I eat it. And then they're like, of course, like, oh, do you like it? Whatever. And I liked it and stuff. And then it got to this point to where they just started ordering all sorts of things. Just like, bring Alex everything and let's just watch him eat it, is what it became. And I ate a bunch of different stuff. And of course, every time they're just asking my opinion on it. Every bit of it I like. None of it I know what it is. And I can't even like tell you what any of it is even. And then so finally this dish comes and it's like a bowl, but it's got like some hermetically sealed sort of lid thing on it. But it's like a actual like glass bowl. It was a weird sort of thing. And it comes and then they were like, when you eat this, like don't smell it, just eat it. It's like, oh, okay, great. That's exactly what you want to hear. Right? So I pick it, I open the lid or whatever, and I was like, well, there goes the don't smell it part, because that's inevitable. Just having a nose in the restaurant, you're gonna smell this. So I start picking it up with the chopsticks, and it's like, it looks like a movie prop how like gooey and like stringed goop it was. And it's like brown, but then the goo on it is like So whatever the sustenance is like brown, but then the goo is like clear, and it's just like super stringy and just sticky and goopy or whatever. And of course, it smells like death. And so I take a bite of it or whatever, and they're like, "Oh," and I was like eating it and I'm tasting it or whatever, and it just reminded me, consistency wise, kinda, but flavor wise, it kind of reminded me of like cottage cheese, which I like. Tony does not, it seems. So so I try it and it kind of tastes like cottage cheese, and I'm tasting it, kind of taking it in, and then I go back and I just get a bigger bite of it, because the first bite you always kind of like test the waters, right? Which was still like a adequate bite considering I'm picking the stuff up with chopsticks anyway, and I'm white as all hell. And so I've taken a bite and I taste it, and I get a bigger bite, and they go, "Oh," and I look around, and then the guy who had ordered it for me goes, "You like?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty good." He's like, "Oh, I hate." And I was like, "What are you doing to me, guy?" So they had like gotten through like the menu portion of just like, here's some interesting things for you, and now they're to the portion of the menu where they're like, let's just fuck with this guy. Yeah, so it was great.
Did you ever find out what it was?
It was some sort of fermented something. I don't know exactly what it was, but it was definitely just something rotting, and I was just eating it.
Was this before or after you got sick?
Yeah, that was before. I didn't get any. Like I know a lot of people going over there. They get a lot. Well, I mean, going anywhere, traveling internationally, anywhere, you get like some people get stomach problems or dietary issues. I was very fortunate; didn't run into any of that, despite trying my damnedest through the variety of menus. Like I ate everything, like anyone offered me. I didn't like everything that I tried there, but I definitely still tried it, and for the most part, tried everything more than once. But I never ran into like any stomach problems, thankfully, or anything like that, because that's just hard to work with, when you're wrestling. So, yeah, but yeah, the sickness was definitely just very flu-like and hit me hard. But I was able to later fly my girlfriend over. At the end of the tour, she got to watch my last show in Japan. And then I extended my trip, rerouted my flight, extended my trip from like 9 days, got us a hotel. So I wasn't staying in the dojo. She doesn't qualify. And then, so we just hung out for 9 days. And then she and I both got sick.
Oh,
that was the second time we got sick, and we just like, we had so many things we wanted to do. And a lot of times, you have flu or something like that, and you can kind of we can push through, just wash our hands and don't be rude about it and just, go through. But we were so sick that we just there was like 3 of those days we were just in the hotel. Like it was hard enough to want to leave to go get food. It was brutal. Yeah.
Alex, I promise you we're a professional wrestling podcast, but this popped up in the chat and I got to ask
Let's go. Yeah.
From Kate. Here you go.
Second favorite fast food chain. Oh man, that's tough. You know what? Like people aren't even gonna know it because it's like fairly local to the Kentucky area, and it's not far off of Taco Bell anyway. If it were a national thing like Taco Bell, then it might even take over for number one. But yeah, it is called Taco Tico. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of Taco Tico. But yeah, I love it. Love them. They're awesome. And they're always like super good to me because they know I'm a regular. So they're like, this guy keeps our lights on. So yeah. Not just that one branch either. It's like, yeah, it's a problem when I'm back home. When I'm back home in Kentucky, I mean a lot of Taco Tico as well. I try not to, I'm hiding in my car. No one sees the logo on the taco and they're like, he's not eating Taco Bell. Get rid of it. Yeah.
How do you do it? How do you eat all this Taco Bell and stay so fit?
So I'm, a gift and a curse in a way. I am naturally very scrawny human being. So I have to outrun my metabolism by an excess of calories. So if I stop eating a lot of calories and stop eating a lot of Taco Bell and stuff, I just immediately start shrinking. And it was actually very hard for me to, I think I lost, I can't remember what it was. It was some crazy weight that I lost when I went to Japan. Granted, I got sick, so that didn't help. But just, I mean, really, the food there is so clean, it was hard for me to get it like excess calories in. It was just like, you would have to eat 16 pounds of vegetables to get enough calories to outrun it, you know.
Do they have a Taco Bell in Japan? And is it different?
I visited, was it 2 or 3 different Taco Bells in Japan? I even reviewed a Taco Bell in Japan on my YouTube channel, which was very cool because a fan like saw me as I'm in Taco Bell reviewing it, and they like walked up and introduced themselves, and we had a whole chat and stuff, which was super cool. And they are different. They are quite different. So is McDonald's. So is Burger King. Everything there is just slightly different. Some different menu items and stuff. Like Taco Bell has some weird sort of meat that's like a, I can't remember what it's called now.
Horse.
Look it up. Right. Yeah. Raw horse taco.
Yeah.
But it was definitely some little like marinated meat, and I don't even remember. Maybe it was beef or something, but it was different. And they did a few menu items with that. Their menu was much more limited. I know one Taco Bell, I took some of the Wrestle One boys to a Taco Bell because they had never had it, right? Because there's only, I think, maybe 4 in all of Japan or something like that, if that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and luckily one of them is connected to the Tokyo Dome, and I wrestled at Corrigan Hall, which is connected to the Tokyo Dome. I wrestled there several times, so I got to hit Taco Bell pretty frequently. And the Taco Bell that I took the Wrestle One boys to, which it was only this Taco Bell, and I don't know why it was, but the cheese on the taco was in little star shapes. Like it was cookie cutted with star shapes, and there were tiny stars. I was like, what is this? This looks like it's in like a child's Lunchable or something. It was great. I loved it. Yeah. But yeah, we went there. I ate quite a bit of Taco Bell while I was in Japan, all things considered. Yeah, I tracked them down. They couldn't hide them. They tracked.
Sounds delightful.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. What else did I eat in Japan? I really like the hot pots in Japan. I don't know if anybody's familiar with those, but they're like these.
Yeah, when you put them in, you put all
just
the raw
big
meat
boiling,
there.
yeah, and you just start throwing vegetables and raw meat in. And those boys are just culturally, it's different over there, okay? Because this is not how we work typically in America. But you got this, I'm talking huge pot boiling with whatever sort of broth water gimmick in it, right? And then you're just throwing all this stuff in, and then the boys are just picking it straight out, like it's just one plate. Like we had bowls and stuff, like it was okay to like dip you some stuff out or whatever. But now everyone's just going to town straight out of the same bowl.
It's a wasted motion if you go to
yeah,
the bowl.
right. That just why do this? Like you got when you can go straight to the source. Yeah, so we were just down the gullet, straight out of the same bowl. It's pretty cool. Pretty
like
cool
that.
little cultural thing. Yeah, that was different culturally. And then I did a Japanese bathhouse, which was different because I don't usually bathe with a nude with a bunch of Japanese men, but I did that day, so that was interesting.
You know, I'm gonna show you how old I am. Back in the day, I specifically brought a Japanese wrestling tape off of our video because there was a match in a women's bathhouse.
That's awesome.
And I think Tarzan Goto was in it. I'm not sure.
Nice.
Look it up. But they wrestle through a bathhouse and you see a bunch of naked women. And 18-year-old Matt could not be more excited when this videotape showed up.
That's awesome. Yes, we all had our had our ways of seeing things that we wanted to see before technology made it so easy on us, didn't it? That's
yeah,
for sure.
It's wild. It's
crazy.
Really
like
wild.
I can see a Japanese women's bathhouse really easy now. Used to, you had to order it on VHS from some weird website.
Yes. It's crazy town, USA. Now you want to see Alex Zane wrestle? Just pop that shit in the YouTube and
that's right. Yeah, you don't have to.
Come up.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. And so the day I went to that bathhouse, so this was kind of cool. I got to stay at the Dragon Gate Dojo in Kobe, Japan. And I was there for close to 2 weeks. And I had actually, at this time, I believe, was like when I just had gotten over my, like, being sick. And super nice dojo, super super cool experience. And just Kobe's different. It's like being in a different country that's still Japan somehow. It's very weird. They are more Americanized, and they like almost pride themselves on it. And they have like a district. It's like a shopping district that sells like a bunch of American stuff, and it's called American Bitch.
All right.
And then that's what it's called. It's like on the signs and stuff. It's crazy. Like it's not just like, oh, this is what they call it. No, it's like the name of it. And then and that's where I got to do the Japanese bathhouse. And as we were going to the Japanese bathhouse, like it was like the first night I was there maybe, and one of the brothers was taking me there, and I don't want to butcher his name, so I'll have to like tweet it out or something. So he's taking me to this Japanese bathhouse, and as we're walking up there, he's like, "Oh, up the street." He was like, "Do you know Yakuza?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, cool, like mob shit, right?" he's like, "Yeah, up the street, it's like a Yakuza compound, like it's like where they stay or whatever." And I was like, "What? That's so amazing. Can I see it?" And he was like, "No." He's like, "You are not taking your white ass up there and getting shot." And I was like, so then I start like probably annoying him, unfortunately, about wanting to see the damn thing for a couple of days. And he's like, "Okay, I take you past the compound. We walk on the opposite side of the street, and you, no look." I was like, "Okay, I won't look at it. Like, I'll just like side eye it." And so he takes me by it, and we're walking up by it. And it was super like movie-esque too. It was like this weird, like industrial looking building, but people live there, and it's like, why do people live there? I guess that's part of being in a Japanese mafia of some sort. And then there was a cop car sitting out there with its lights on, and so like, we're just being almost like whispering as if they're going to hear us from across the street. But I was like, "Why is there a cop car?" And he was like, "Oh, there's some sort of internal Yakuza thing was going on at that time, and they were at like war with each other. So the cop would sit out there to make sure shit didn't hit the fan." It was crazy. I was like, "Sucks to be that one cop, because if shit does hit the fan, what is he going to do?"
Exactly.
He's a goner. And we're walking back, and then that's when he informed me that there was so Lawson's and 7-Eleven are very popular things in Japan. And they on every corner, it's like an understatement. They're like across the street. A 7-Eleven is across the street from a 7-Eleven. Like, it's crazy. And there's a 7-Eleven like right there, like nearby. And he's like, "Hey, if I'm ever not with you," because he knows that I'm an idiot and I like just go run amok in all of Japan with no technology on me or anything. And he's like, "If I'm ever not with you and you're in the store and you see men with suits come in the store and other patrons leaving the store," he's like, "You leave the store. If they leave the store, you leave the store. Like, if everyone just hoards out of the 7-Eleven and goes and stands outside, you do the same thing." And it was I don't know if it's like a respect thing or like a fear thing or something, but when the Yakuzas come in the store, you piss off till they're done shopping. And when they leave the store, you can go back in. And you don't like look at them and watch them and shit, Alex. So I never actually was ever in the store, but I did walk by one time when there was an interesting number of people outside of the store. And loitering and thing is just not a part of Japanese culture. Like, it's not a thing that happens. So they were standing outside the store, and I was like, "Oh, I bet there's some like suited up Yakuzas in there." And I was just like, "Don't go. Don't go."
Keep walking, Alex. Keep walking.
Keep walking. Yeah, it was hard to do, but I kept
Don't
walking.
look. Look a little.
Yeah.
Don't look.
look. Stop looking. Stop looking. Yeah, it was super cool. And Kobe was just super cool. And we also, I think in Kobe, and I would butcher the name if I tried to say it, but they have a light festival that, and I believe it's to celebrate the lives lost. I mean, not the lives lost, but the lives of the people who died in some of the, tsunamis Like I think,
Okay.
yeah. And it's this crazy light, like it's like Christmas lights, right? But it's the whole city. Like it's insane. Like it's insane to see. Like I took a lot of video and stuff of it. And you're just walking through these big like structures, but it's like the whole city's blocked off, and like 1 million people. But that's not even an exaggeration. Like 1 million people are walking together, and it's super beyond peaceful compared to anything that would ever be over a couple thousand people in America. Like it's like super chill, and just like super respectful and stuff. And it was just so cool to see. So Linda Man, whose name I wouldn't butcher, he took me through there. Yeah, it was super cool.
Unbelievable. We're on the line. Alex Zane, Alex Zane Sauce on Twitter, Instagram, twitch.tv/Alex Zane. He's got his YouTube channel as well. He just got his name back, kind of, sort of.
Sort of, a little bit.
And he's out there crushing it this Friday night. GCW Get Lost a Lot at the Melrose Ballroom. He's taking on AR Fox. PWG Sunday, crazy 6-man action. Willie Mack on the 30th in Los Angeles. West Coast Pro against the Hammerstone, the Meat Castle.
Yeah.
And then the one I'm looking forward to the most, Will Ospreay, October 17th in Philadelphia at the New Japan Strong. Before we let you go, because we have taken up a large chunk of your time, and I'm sure you're a very busy man. Taco Bell waits for no one.
I have. That's true. I have been very busy, but this has been an awesome conversation.
Yeah, I feel bad if anyone tuned in thinking they were going to get like NXT dirt or.
Sorry, you're going to hear about.
We're not sorry. This is fantastic.
And dodging the Yakuza.
Who's left on the indie checklist for you? Like, who haven't you gotten a chance to step in the ring with?
That is a good question. There's a lot of like really talented people out there. I know a lot of people are wanting to see me and that Dante Leon. I don't know why I say it like a French person or something. And then Ninja Mac. A lot of people want to see that one. So they're new to the radar. I really want to do something with Cole Radrick. He was a person that was on the bucket list originally before I got signed. Alex Hammerstone was something I wanted to do. AR Fox was something I wanted to do. So there's plenty I want to do. I wanted to run it back with Trey Miguel because we did something in IWA Mid-South a while back. Like before I ever even popped off and stuff. So I always wanted to run it back as singles with him. And then I wouldn't mind doing a singles too with Myron Reed because he's incredible. And just like I said, we haven't got to work nearly as much as I would assume we would have being GCW boys. But yeah, and then Jordan Oliver was on that list too. But now,
checklist done.
Checklist.
What about someone like a Buddy Murphy?
Oh, of course, yeah, Buddy Murphy and the Malachi Blacks. Granted, he's not specifically indie, but like at that point, like the list is endless, really. Like,
right.
In a way, I want to work everyone. You know, what's the kid's name? He's up northeast. Marcus
Crane.
No, it's he's a new flippy kid that's around. Actually, I was just tagged in a tweet. I'm using my phone for this. So these are the sort of things I like side eye when I'm on podcasts and like don't let people know I'm like checking, so I can just seem super like on top of my shit. Like, oh yeah, Marcus. It's like Marcus Mathers or something like that. Marcus something.
Eminem.
Yeah, not Marshall, but I think because that's what I think of every time I hear it, and I don't know if I'm saying the wrong name because that's what's in my brain all the time. But yeah, that kid. Like to do stuff with him. There's a lot of just younger talent too that I think doesn't get quite the rub that they deserve to, and I would love to mix it up with them. Like there's a kid I mean he's been around for a while too, but he's someone that we've had a few matches and stuff like that. I just think he's so good, and he's down in like the Tennessee area, and I'm just like, it's like just a matter of time. And his name's Toby Farley. Super good dude too.
Is there and I'm only thinking about this because you have the mint on cards behind you, and I just got my mint on card brand new Hayabusa figure, and I know he is no longer with us, but man,
So that is one of my all-time favorite wrestlers ever, and he is the reason I wrestle in tabby boots, the split-toed gimmicks. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's a fun fact. I have 3 of the Hayabusa action figures. They are not in this room, or I would show them to you. But yeah, love Hayabusa. Super big influence, if you haven't noticed, by my recklessness.
Hayabusa was my go-to player in Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 for N64.
Nice, yes.
So he's the leader of my stable, the Red Alert.
So. Yeah. Oh, nice. Nice. I love it. Yep. Suplex Wrestling just released a couple Hayabusa shirts, and I haven't gotten to order one yet, but I got to get one of those because those are sick, and they're actually like licensed by his estate and stuff. So it's super cool that the people, the rightful people are still getting some of the cut off that. So I like to see that.
Right, not like that Bob Ross bullshit.
Right. Yeah. What's with that nonsense?
I watched that documentary. Pissed me the fuck off.
So I'm huge into documentaries. Love documentaries. Watch all sorts of documentaries.
Man.
I usually love like weird documentaries. I could give you a list, but
I may be all up in them DMs looking for that list.
Yeah. I'll let you know. Like I'm super like I think We're Alone Now, Not Your Typical Bigfoot Movie, Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, all these like wacky ones, whatever. The one about the guy who lost his leg and then he had to like fight to get his leg back or whatever. And it's like someone found it. Someone found a human leg, basically. And then it was just this man's leg, and then he had to go get his leg back. Finders Keepers, I think is what it's called. That one's interesting. Check that one out. But anyway, my girlfriend's super into the documentaries and shares my same weird taste. And she was like, hey, like, we should watch this Bob Ross documentary. And we had just heard about it together. And I was like, I don't know if I feel like it's going to be another one of those where I watch it and I'm just bothered by it for the next 3 days. And I just want to cuss the people out or something. So I passed on that. And I think I made the right decision because I don't need this sort of negative energy in my life.
It's very frustrating.
That's very frustrating.
On the flip side, though, if you have the Peacock app, there is a channel.
I do have a Peacock app. Marcus Mathers is awesome. That's what she just said. Yeah, shout out to Alyssa. She's the best. She helps me a lot keep up with a lot of nonsense about myself. But anyway, awesome. so that documentary's on Peacock?
No, but they have the channels, and there's a channel specifically dedicated to Bob Ross.
Oh,
nice. Every one of his episodes. You can watch him paint all day if you want.
That's super cool. Unfortunately, the wrong people are probably getting paid for those numbers. Unfortunately.
Yes.
So I'll just go torrent them illegally.
I'm torn because I like to fall asleep to Bob Ross while he's talking about happy little trees. My mind just,
right. I get it. Bob Ross is, he's an angel.
I'll tell you a documentary. The only documentary that I've been chasing that I've never gotten to see is a documentary called The Bridge.
The Bridge. What is that one about?
It's about people who jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge to try and kill themselves, and they survived.
What?
And they show footage of them. I don't know. They have footage of them because they have all the fucking traffic cameras on the bridge.
Right.
And it's all like spliced in. And I've never been able to see that because it's super hard to find. But that's
oddly enough, as avoided as the Bob Ross documentary was because I didn't want negatives in my life, that one sounds interesting. Probably, because they survived, right? But like, man, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'll find it because I'm pretty decent at that.
Yeah, they talk to like people who that got on the bridge and then decided not to jump, and they talked to them. Why did you decide not to do this? Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder if the Golden Gate got some mystical powers. Like, there's one bridge somewhere. Is that in Los Angeles? It's called like Suicide Bridge. Like, not obviously,
right.
Like, not really, but like people call it that, and it's kind of crazy because when you go, like, I've been across the bridge a couple times and it's like super pretty, and I'm like, this is the type of place that would talk me off the bridge if I came here. I'd be like, this is kind of cool to look at. I'm not gonna die about it. So yeah, like crazy. Yeah, I wish more people would decide against it.
I also enjoy Grizzly Man.
Yeah, that was a super good one, and the audio so crazy at the end.
Tough.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's not for them.
You live with bears, pal. They're not like a dog.
They're not super cool about it.
And that Don't Fuck with Cats was really good.
What was it?
Don't Fuck with Cats.
Oh, that one, yeah, that one was super good. Where like some vigilante justice type shit. That was a good one. Man, another decent one just ran through my brain now. Shut Up, Little Man. Have you seen that one?
No, what's that about?
So this was like viral before viral was a thing. It was in San Francisco, from what I remember. There's like a group of younger dudes that have like become roommates in this place, and you know how San Francisco is. Everything's kind of stacked on top of each other, whatever. And their neighbors, who share a conjoined wall there, were these two men who lived together as roommates, but they're older men, and they just like cussed each other out and fought all the time. So eventually, amongst this younger group of men, became this like, I don't know, comedic relief for them. And they say they started recording it. And this is like before the internet. So they start recording it, and then they start dubbing it on these like cassette tapes. And then they like it literally finds its way around America. Everyone knew about it and heard these things. It was like a super big like thing, this like underground tape trading cassette tapes. And it was called Shut Up, Little Man, because one of the men, that's what was a very common phrase that the guy yelled at the other guy. And then they finally track him down and like are interviewing him and stuff. They find him and stuff. Yeah, it's super cool. And like there was like plays and stuff like made based on the cassette tapes, but the people at the time were like, they never even knew. Like when they find them and interview them, they never even knew that any of this had happened. They didn't know like, oh, we're recorded and like low-key famous, even though no one knows who we are. Yeah, crazy cool. Yeah, check that one out.
It's fantastic. I'm gonna have to look all this up.
Yeah. Me too. I got a couple now to look up myself.
Yeah, we'll go back and we'll talk
Yeah,
off.
share the list. Yeah.
Oh,
have you heard of this Letterbox app? Have you heard of that?
Yes.
Yeah, so I got that, and I'm trying to put together like a list of my documentary favorites, so that I can just hit people with a comprehensive list. Cinemania was a good one. Anyway, yeah, I could go on forever.
You ever see the 30 seconds from Mars one?
Oh no,
where Jared Leto, they are trying to get the rights to their own music, and they're still touring, and they're all broke because they don't have the rights to their music. It's wild. It's a really good documentary.
That sounds cool. That sounds super cool.
I like a good music documentary. Like I could watch that Eagles documentary about 1,000.
There's a really good music documentary, Searching for Sugar Man. Check that one out.
I've seen that on Netflix. I watched
super good.
What else? I watched that what do they call it? The Black Woodstock. It was on Hulu. That was really good.
Oh, I haven't seen that one either. Yeah, have to check that. Put the list on Twitter. Always looking for new documentaries. I will. Yeah, I'll share. Once I get that Letterbox list up, I'll share it on there so people can even follow it. So when I'm updating the list, like it updates in real time. Technology, so cool. Wish that audio worked when I started this podcast. That's okay.
Well, look, it took a couple times, but we got you on there. At Alex Zane Sauce on Twitter and Instagram. Twitch.tv/Alex Zane. YouTube, should just search out Alex Zane. He's doing all sorts of great things. GCW will be in the New York area this weekend. PWG back out in Los Angeles.
Thursday and Friday. There's emo night on Thursday. Yes, I'll be there for that too. The 23rd of October.
It's a Melrose, I believe. Yeah.
Listen to some Fall Out Boy.
And watch me wrestle.
I didn't see who. Do you know you're wrestling Thursday?
I don't even know. Yeah, but whoever it is just getting sauced, brother. Getting lost in the sauce.
Everyone gets the sauce. He's got a full slate of stuff coming up. Again, I cannot wait for you and Will Ospreay. I'm so excited. And hopefully the world starts to open up again, because I think you're a perfect candidate for the best of the Super Juniors.
Thank you.
And I'm super excited to see where that goes. It's been an absolute pleasure, Alex. Anything you want to say for to your fans before you go about your night, looking for bone crunchers and
right. That's definitely what I'm going to do. I feel like I should probably just plug like the merch and stuff. Got all the merch in, stuff like that. I got new shirts coming, and the first time anyone's going to see them will be in New York this weekend, and that is because that's where they're going to be. There's a whole shipping issue. so it's not really an issue. There's timing wise. I'd be shipping them to me while I'm here in Orlando while I'm leaving to New York, then LA, where I'm staying in LA, then Atlanta and Alabama and all that stuff that I have coming up. So I won't even be home again until October 3rd once I leave for this weekend. I don't even get home again until October 3rd, at which point the shirts would be sitting in my house. I'm glad I explained this to you because I'm sure you needed this information. But
Oh, yeah.
new shirts, brand new shirts, not Body by Taco Bell shirts. This is a hoodie. This is the only hoodie I have of its kind right now, and it is small. But
I think I have a Body by Taco Bell. I think that's false advertisement, sir.
We both do.
No,
That's the beauty of it.
I would fucking kill to have your body.
It's a very inclusive body type, and
That's right.
You know that's what we like. Yes.
Make me take off my shirt.
Hey,
Don't do it.
Let's get naked. I'm all scabbed up. Actually, I'm all scabbed up. Thanks a lot, Kurt Stallion. You have a hell of a hand chopping me up. I'm all scabbed up. Look like a weirdo.
Welcome to the wrestling industry.
Welcome to the wrestling industry. I got some weird scab on my shoulder too. I don't even know what happened there. Yeah, just doing wrestles. I was doing wrestles and now I hurt.
Well, go rest up,
Happens.
heal up. You have a big next couple of weeks. This was an absolute pleasure. We had a great time. I hope you did too. And anytime you want to come back on and shoot the shit and talk about the Yakuza.
Yeah, there's plenty left to talk about, I guess. Because
once we watch these documentaries, we got to touch base and
yeah, let's just cover documentaries on an episode.
You know what? I am 100% in. I will fucking
down. Let's do it. Let's
set that up, and we'll just talk about documentaries.
That's my sense of partying too, because I don't like drink or anything. So I'm just like, I'm gonna watch a documentary, listen to an audiobook. So get wild, drink a Baja Blast, perhaps.
Oh shit, Baja Blast. Do you prefer the Baja Blast over the regular Mountain Dew?
Yeah. Have you? Here we go again. Have you tried the Baja Flash, which is the new? It's what is it? Pineapple coconut.
No.
Well, I do. I enjoyed it. So.
All right.
But yeah, it's not at Taco Bell. It's in like the cans or whatever.
What about that? What's that? Mountain Dew Voodoo?
I haven't tried that yet, and then I just saw that they are coming out with a flaming hot, branded Mountain Dew.
I don't know. I don't.
Psychotic. Yeah.
I won't lie.
Am I going to try it? Yeah.
If I can find a Reign jalapeno strawberry, I get it every time.
You like the spicy drink? Weird.
It's really not that spicy. The burps hurt more than
I tried it. I think
than
I
the
tried
going
it
down.
Once. Yeah.
I think that's the perfect way to end this interview.
Perfect.
It hurt. The burps hurt more than it does going down. Alex Zane, everybody, at Alex Zane Sauce on the Twitter, Instagram. Follow him, twitch.tv, Alex Zane. Catch him all weekend. GCW on Fight TV, PWG. You know the rules with the PWG. You got to wait for the greatness, people.
You got to wait for the great.
All right, maybe Joe. What's his name? Joe K. Joe. The Gift
Keys?
Master.
No.
Oh right, yeah.
Follow the Gift Master. He's gonna have tons of crazy shit from Alex Zane, doing 630s, 850s.
Damn straight.
8,000.
I don't even know what that is, but when I do it,
I'm just making up fucking numbers as we go.
We're
Alex, pleasure, man. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll talk soon.
Thanks, guys. Much love.
Thanks, Alex.
Peace.
Later, guys.
All right, the Sauce, Alex Zane. What an interview, Tony. How you doing over there, buddy?
Got a little bit of gas left in the tank.
All right. Let's take a little commercial break. We'll come back. We'll talk about a little this and that. If you gotta, go to bed or change your depends, whatever you need to do over there.
Look at that! Look at that little cheap shot right out of nowhere. Out of left field.
Come on, man. My wife broke her goddamn hump to get everybody to that baseball game on fucking Saturday, and this motherfucker complained the whole time.
I think, Matt, to his credit, he did have like 3 Angry Orchards.
I'm just busting his balls. It was a fucking fantastic time. Tony, do you want to do the thing?
What thing is that, Kevin?
Oh, what is this? Back after this?
We know you love shopping at Amazon, and we also know you love listening to The Shining Wizards. That's why you're hearing this commercial right now. But were you aware that you can combine the two, do all your shopping, and support the show at the same time? Well, of course you can. Instead of going to Amazon.com, go to Amazon.shiningwizards.com and make your purchases the way you normally would. You're going to get the same great low prices, and a portion of whatever you purchase is going to go to support the Shining Wizards. How great is that? You, by purchasing anything that you normally would anyway, is going to support us. That's a win-win in my book. So from now on, when you shop at Amazon, go to Amazon.shiningwizards.com or click the banner on our website and do all of your shopping with the Shining Wizards.
Because of the obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night. This station and hundreds of other radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country are pooling their resources through an emergency network hookup to keep you informed of all developments.
Horns up, everyone. When on the Shining Wizards Network, be sure every Friday to check out Radioactive Metal. Radioactive Metal is one of the longest running podcasts on the interweb. And every week we bring you a fist full of metal, including interviews with all your favorite artists, discuss all the metal news, and feature the best tunes on the air today. So grab a Lemmy, join your cool Uncle Snowy, and co-host Aaron in the pit.
Your recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment broadcasting from the current to the way back. Join the impact player Phil Brea and the Portuguese Man of War Choppy for the Turnbuckle Throwbacks Wrestling Podcast, live every week on rantemradio.com. Get all our episodes over at iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Audio Boom, Google Play, ShiningWizardsNetwork.com, and TurnbuckleThrowbacks.com.
Are you tired of being told what to think and believe by Hollywood elites and politicians who just don't care about you?
Tired of not getting the truth when you watch the news?
Tired of trying to figure out what pronoun to use?
Tired of mob mentality when all you want to do is think for yourself and make up your own mind?
That's where we come in. This is Justin.
And Vince.
Your hosts of Inconclusive Breakdown.
We are a weekly anti-PC podcast bringing you entertainment and current event news without any spin.
If you want to truly stay informed on what's going on in the world, then give us a listen every Sunday, anywhere you get podcasts, at least till Zuckerberg and Twitter Jack deplatform us.
And as always, we're proud members of the Shining Wizards Network.
Tired of the PC police telling you what you can and cannot say? Want a show that travels back to the 80s and 90s where the badass hosts have beaten down cancel culture on 3 separate occasions and carried on to gloat about it? Since 2013, The Midnight Jury is that show. Travel back to the malls and arcades, pop in your VHS, and join us where the 80s and 90s return from the dead. Conan, tell them where to find us.
WLWstudios.com, home of the Midnight Jury podcast hosted by Midnight Mike and Calvin Brody.
Also available on all major podcast platforms via the Shining Wizards Network, and join in the conversation on Twitter at Midnight Jury.
What's up, wrestling fans? You want something awesome? Check out Wrestling Night in Canada here on the Shining Wizards Network. We're 3 Canadian metalheads uniting for the love of pro wrestling. Every episode we go over all the latest news and special events with the odd unique interview as well. So grab a cold one and check out Wrestling Night in Canada, eh?
Are you tired of being uninformed? Together, we can change all of that. Experience a podcast like you've never heard before. You'll gain knowledge, have some laughs, because we believe this is the last AEW podcast you'll ever need. Join us every Wednesday night at 10:15 p.m. on rantemradio.com and Facebook Live. We can also be found on all major podcast forums as part of the Shining Wizards Network. So stop listening to inferior AEW podcasts and bring a new podcast into your life by joining us.
Join the Mark Order Podcast.
Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at MarkOrderPod and on Facebook.com/MarkOrderPod. Don't forget to tag us on social media and use hashtag #JoinTheMarkOrder, because if you don't find us,
we will find you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. My name is Thomas, and what's your name?
I'm Alan.
Alan.
Yeah. We're brothers.
That's right.
Yeah.
Forgot that.
Mother, same mother and father.
Your room was.
We shared the room.
Shared a room.
We shared the room.
Thought I knew your face.
Yeah, we go way back, mate. Yeah.
We should do a podcast then.
We have.
We do a podcast.
We do a podcast.
What's it called?
The
Broadcast.
Yeah, that was planned.
Yeah. Well.
What do we do?
Well, we cover all different things in the world of pop culture. We're talking about comic books, we're talking about professional wrestling, and we're talking about movies. Go back and watch classic retro wrestling events, the likes of WWE, WCW, and if you do like that, you can check us out on Apple iTunes, also on Podbean, Anchor, and on Podknife. Also check us out on Twitter at The Broadcast. That's BROKAS. Nearly stuffed up the ending.
No, it's all right. Good on you.
Yeah. Instagram also at The Broadcast Podcast.
Remember, we don't spell it with a C. We spell it with a K.
Sorry, mate.
Take it easy.
All right. Excuse me. No, what am I doing here? Working the old. What am I doing here? God dang it. Hide that. There we go. We're back. Nice little commercial break there. We're going to take this time to thank those that support us over at our Patreon, patreon.com/Wizards Podcast. You can support the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast for as little as $1 a month. Head over to patreon.com/Wizards Podcast. $3 a month gets you bonus episodes. $5 a month gets you shout outs on the show, bonus episodes, and we'll promote any form of social media, podcast, whatever you have going on this show. $10, $20, $15, anything over the $10 range gets you a box of wizardry. Every 3 months, we send you a box of goodies full of t-shirts, DVDs, stickers, magnets, all brawlers, any kind of fun shit I can find in the world of professional wrestling. Coasters, fun coasters.
Oh yeah,
table wrestling related coasters. Find all sorts of knickknacks, Christmas ornaments,
and patty wax.
Yeah, and a patty whack. So we're going to start with the Queen of the Shining Wizards, Kathy Hummer, the King, Mr. Manny Crazzo, Danny and Anthony Rusinello, the AOP of the SWP, Sean Toe and Sean Calejo, Ryan Schlong from the Mark Order Podcast, Brett Simonello.
What do you hear? What do you say?
Catherine Hensler over at OnDeckIC.com, Mark Order Podcast, Fightful, Sour Graps, Wegmans, Jiffy Lube. She works everywhere. She's doing it all. Kate's doing 1,000 fucking things. So to follow Kate over there on the Twitter machine.
If you need a lube job, Kate's your lady.
All right, if you need your oil change,
God.
Kate, check your oil. And then she'll tell you about breaking news that Sean Ross Sapp just gave her. So check that out. Matt Garifo, no relationship to the K. J. G.
His birthday is coming up.
Maddie Mellinger, whose birthday I believe was yesterday or today. So happy birthday, Maddie Mellinger.
Happy birthday, Matt.
Not to be outdone by Mark Perloni.
Happy birthday, Mark.
Christine Friesendorf.
Happy birthday, Christine.
Kenny Hawsey, the Scotch Drinkmore. Jay Kopp, the Big Coppa Pump from the Turnbuckle Throwbacks. Thomas Kops, the Mott Spock, who also, I think he had a birthday Saturday.
Happy birthday, Tommy.
Wait, Thomas Kopp?
Yeah, the Mott Spock. Michael Hammond, Matthew Birch, the Bergman, the LeBron James of Mattel Elite Figure Collecting, Kerry Cowling, Brendan Haney, and last but certainly not least, his pal Antonio Horseman makes experimental music at harvestmanrecords.bandcamp.com, Mr. William Mercier Jr.
Lives are gonna be in William Mercier's hands if and only if, Daddy, you know what I mean.
Kevin,
put a little spin on it there.
Kevin, I know what you mean. Tony,
all right.
Tony, got to go to you for this, okay? It's been a long time. I am
yes.
Way behind, okay? I haven't watched any NWO. It's the old NWO.
For life.
I haven't watched any NWA since old Booger Eater. He won the world title. So we are on the road to By Any Means Necessary, taking place October 24th in Oak Grove, Kentucky. I think Billy Corgan literally threw a dart at a map, and this is where he decided to have a pay-per-view.
What's wrong with Kentucky? I don't understand.
Have you ever been to Kentucky?
No, but I'm sure the good people of Kentucky, the Kentuckians.
Yeah, well,
want to see
Alex
classic
Zane
wrestling.
seems very fond of Kentucky.
I mean, if he grew up in Kentucky, I mean, he's got a right to feel that way. I know he's currently residing in Orlando, Florida. Look, I just think, I can't even tell you a city in Kentucky. Lexington?
Oh, there you go, stupid.
Okay, well, I don't know. I never think of Kentucky as Louisville. Is Louisville in Kentucky?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, never mind. Disregard. I know two cities in Kentucky. Paducah. Never mind. I'm going to shut up now.
Holy shit.
All right, but By Any Means Necessary is taking place October 24th. As of right now, we have one match to announce: Crimson and Jax Dane in a steel cage.
In a cage, really? That's a big
Right.
step up from last week.
Now, this note that I pulled, and just so you two jerk-offs know,
Oh,
I don't write the notes. I just copy and paste everything from the Observer.
Well, I don't like on the show that we fucking go behind the scenes so much.
Well, no, 'cause you guys
No, you gave us notes, and we were happy to use the notes.
You were
Don't fucking
yelling-
spoil.
Yelling and screaming. You made it sound like I wrote the notes out.
You did. You gave us 15 pages of handwritten notes.
I don't got time to write notes, brother.
They're all here. Look at all of Matt's handwriting. They're all over.
But as of right now, Tony, let me know how you feel about this. Kevin, feel free to chime in. The event will air on Fight TV, but not live.
Why?
Because Booger Eater's going to have such a terrible fucking match. They're going to have to
Oh, come on. How dare you? How dare you?
What's going on in the
show,
sorry.
Matt?
I'm sorry, Kevin?
What's the date of the show?
October 24th.
All right. So if I'm not mistaken, I believe Impact is also running that weekend for Bound for Glory live, but their show isn't starting until 10 because of there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on that night, that weekend. It might be the 23rd, but it's that doesn't seem too crazy for me. Let's see. October.
Well, you look that up. Tony.
What?
What? I need to get caught. I haven't been watching the NWA, bro. I've been fucking super swamped.
All right,
You're
well,
the NWA guy.
I don't have a lot of notes, but this is what I can recall from my notes, and there were a few other things that I can absolutely remember. Kratos and Stevens are in the NWA number one. They're in the Challengers tournament. I don't understand how you can win a tournament and be a number one contender if you really think about it logically. I'm getting annoyed in my old age when people call it that. Why don't you just say this is the tournament for the people who are going to get the next shot, or a tournament to decide who's going to face the champions at blah, blah, blah. Anyway, aside from that, Kratos seems to have taken over the reins on the tag team. Now, we remember the tag team came together when Aaron Stevens needed a partner, and he brought in his partner, who was supposed to be, oh, Jesus Christ. Why can't I think of his name? Josephus's alter ego. The question mark. That's
Wow.
it. I know.
I thought you were actually talking about our Lord and Savior.
Jesus.
You said, "Oh, Jesus Christ."
Yes, it's Jesus. It was Aaron Stevens and Jesus that won the tag titles. So it was Aaron Stevens who brought in Kratos as like his mercenary, if you want to call him that. But now Kratos calling Stevens out, taking the mic from him when they had their mic time with Mae Valentine, and said, I see fire in your eyes, but you're afraid. There's something holding you back. You just got to man up and let it go and this and that. It was great. And Stevens is like, I got to start reevaluating things. So looks like maybe after all this hullabaloo where Stevens was turning face, he might actually be going like into a fucking badass, which I'm cool with. I like the story. I think it's great. And they won their match. I forget who the fuck they beat, but it doesn't matter. Whatever. I think Kratos pretty much dominated. It might have been the Rude Boys. It was like Rudo and whoever else he fucking teams up with. Doesn't fucking matter. Kratos and Stevens move on. Matt.
Yes.
You hate Velvet Sky on commentary, right?
I'm not a big fan. You are correct.
Oh, you would have fucking castrated yourself if you had to hear her fucking doing commentary with Melina. It was fucking it was dog shit. Like, you know, some dogs eat dog shit. Like even shit-eating dogs wouldn't eat this dog shit. It was fucking horrid, dude. Horrid.
Is that the clip I saw where Camille attacked Melina?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It was after I got it. The match they commentated doesn't even fucking matter. But Melina was talking shit about Camille or saying she said nice things, but not nice things. And then fucking Camille decked her. And all Velvet Sky could say was, oh my God, she hit me too. Fucking Melina's dead on the floor. Who gives a shit if she hit you? Shut the fuck up. Oh my God, you would have fucking killed yourself and everybody else in a fucking 20-mile radius of you if you had to fucking watch it. It was so bad.
So just so you guys know, Tony's Amazon wish list full of Velvet Sky paraphernalia, 8x10s, t-shirts, whatever you could find that has Velvet Sky on it. Send it to Tony, please.
It's Velvet time. Oh, fuck yourself.
Wait, she says that?
Yeah, that's her thing. It's whenever they say it's like Joe Galley, Tim Storm, and it's Velvet time, and she even fucking does the hands.
What? Like Vader?
No, like Velvet.
Fuck no. No,
fuck no.
Dang. Tony, who do we
Fuck no.
who do we think is lining? Who's Trevor Murdoch's? What's the deal with Nick Aldis? What's his story?
They had some sort of like fucking like you know, you're the champion now, and you know, I saw you, and he was like, you were a young kid when you came in, and Harley race, and I don't know, dude. It was like they might as well just fucking started sucking each other off at the fucking podium. That's how.
Oh,
that's
all right.
how fucking.
Okay.
They were literally just blowing. Look, it was good shit. It was the good shit, but they've done this a few times already. Like they should have just started with this one, and then Nick Aldis could have been like, you know, like when I come back, I'm coming for you, and you know, like. You know, you got one over on, you know, they could have fucking worked it out, but I don't know, man. It was just like, you know, you're the man now, dog, and all that other shit. So,
like Sean Connery in Good Will Hunting, or in Finding Forrester.
Yes, exactly.
You're the man now, dog.
Oh boy, yes. Velvet probably does smell like cat piss. She seems like that type.
I don't get that.
It doesn't matter. None of it matters. It's fucking terrible.
So nothing else matters.
So we did have a great three-way with to decide the next challenger for the television champion Tyrus, which is fine. So it was Jeremiah Plunkett, Scion, which by the way, I looked it up. Scion is a noun. It means Asiatic wild dog. I don't know what the whatever. Doesn't look like a wild dog to me, but that's Billy. What can I tell you? That's his creative juices. So Scion, Jordan Clearwater, and Jeremiah Plunkett. The match was good. They had Danny Deals there and Black G's and fucking Matt's favorite manager of all time, Austin Idol.
That guy sucks.
Well, here's what was supposed to happen, right? At one point, I think it was Danny Deals got up on the apron on the other. No, Austin Idol. No, Black G's got up on the apron on the other side, while Scion had Clearwater in like I forget if it was a Boston Crab or what it was. The referee was supposed to jump up for that. The referee never jumped. Austin Idol fucking hit Clearwater in the face with something right in front of the referee. I don't know if he saw it. And then the referee gets up to go get distracted, and it didn't matter at that point anyway, because by the time he turned around, Jordan Clearwater was covered. Oh, no, Scion got hit. Scion was covered by Jordan Clearwater. Doesn't matter. Jordan Clearwater's getting his shot. And everybody on commentary, rightfully so, is bitching. Like, all they're doing is lining up Austin Idol's guys to keep challenging and failing against Tyrus. So I guess he could eventually get his Magnificent Seven so he can wind up challenging for the NWA Championship. So I don't know. It was a good match. The ending was kind of dog shit. But you want to talk about fucking Benny Hill music, dude. We might have to bring in fucking NWA for this one.
Oh, really?
Well, so here's what happens. It's Jax Dane and Crimson, and don't fucking mind me. My voice is starting to go. Anyway, Jax Dane and Crimson, they were going to do some manly shit. They didn't say what it was. They weren't having a match. They were having a fucking slap fight, dude. They were literally in the ring, like face to face. And Trevor Murdoch's out there. Trevor's so Dusty Rhodes in this fucking thing because he's like giving them the instructions and shit. And they even got fucking chalk, like they're chalking up their hands, right? So fucking Jax gets the first shot on Crimson, and he fucking smacks the shit out of him. They even have the slow motion. It's fucking great.
Oh.
And fucking Crimson got a little fucking shook up by it, right? Crimson fucking hauled off, dude, and he fucking knocked Jax Dane loopy. You fucking see his face, motherfucker, like eyes was like nobody home, dude. It was fucking crazy. So then it's time for Smack 2, and he says, fuck that shit, like fucking superhuman, and he fucking jumps on him. Then he fucking jumps back. Fucking James Storm and all these other fucking people, Strictly Business comes out, and it was so fucking comical. Like, at one point, Trevor Murdoch was looking to pair off with somebody, and there was nobody left. So he's just walking around fucking lost. And there's all this shit going on outside. I think fucking Judeus comes out with the fucking minister and everybody fucking came out, dude. It was fucking nonsense. It was so funny. Didn't really fucking make sense as to why, but it was fucking hysterical.
Who's gonna challenge Booger Eater, Tony? Who do you think is lining up for this?
Judas in my mind.
James Storm has got a thing going on with Judas right now. And
Yeah.
I think because he's really pushing. He wants the national title back. I don't know what's going to happen with Chris Adonis or Tom Latimer. I think they're bringing a lot of women in. Oh, that was another one. Fucking Paola wrestled Marty Bell in one of two matches where if either Marty Bell or Allison Kay loses, she takes on Genocide next week. Then they have to defend the tag belt.
Wait, Tony, you didn't answer his question. Who do you think is going to be challenging Booger Eater?
I said I don't know. I'm fucking giving you the lowdown, Kev. Can I talk?
All right. No, I'm just
fuck, dude.
No, you didn't answer the question. That's all.
To answer your question, Matt, I don't know, and that's the NWA.
All right.
That's the NWA.
That's powered. There you go. Into the fire. Fuck me.
No, because I wanted to hear your thoughts. Like I guess I didn't hear that I don't know part, but you kept rattling off stuff and then went into stuff that didn't even involve the world title. So listen, I just wanted to know who you thought. That's all. That's it.
Moving on.
That's right.
Last Monday night. Huge. Big,
you might say.
Big E cashing in his Money in the Bank contract. He said he was going to do it earlier in the day. He ends up beating Bobby Lashley. Kevin, I'll go to you on this one. Thoughts on the Big E cash in, and are you happy to see him as the WWE World Champion?
Yeah, 100%, man. How could you not be? From all accounts, like the guy's like just a tremendous guy. He's earned it, and I don't want to say it's just like a Mick Foley, Chris Benoit, like earned it. You've been around for a while, good soldier. You got the world title. He's earned the world title. He's charismatic as fuck. He's a big time player. He's and now here's the one thing that I'm not 100% on board with. I'd rather see him win it in like a match as opposed to like the Money in the Bank, stipulation where he could just go and pick apart a wounded guy. I'd like to actually see him like win it like at a hard fought struggle. But beggars can't be choosers. I'm not going to nitpick on it. Absolutely loved it, earned it. He's gonna run with it. I think he's gonna be a big time player.
T-Donk, thoughts on the Big E?
Good for him. He deserved it.
How do you feel about people not using wrestling terms properly and thinking this was hot-shotted?
People are dumb.
Well, how can it be hot-shotted when the stipulation of winning the Money in the Bank ladder match means you can do it whenever you want?
Oh, I don't disagree with you. I just think it's funny when people use wrestling terminology that they're not familiar with. Like, I don't think this is a hot shot. I think, to Kevin's point, this is what the Money in the Bank contract is. You can cash it in whenever. And from a business standpoint and from a rating standpoint, the first Monday night of Monday Night Football, Big E puts it out during the day. It's must-see TV. You want to tune in to watch that. Even if you're watching the football game, you're flipping back and forth between Monday Night Raw and week 1 of Monday Night Football just to see this because Big E put it out early in the day. I'm cashing in tonight. So you just got to, flip back and forth.
Listen, Raw WWE is in a dogfight right now with AEW. I mean, they might still have like the upper hand right now, but AEW is creeping up, if not already kind of there. So like you got to do what you can for the ratings. Like tonight, their main event is the New Day versus the Bloodline, if you will, for lack of a better term. So like they're doing it. They're trying to get their numbers up so AEW doesn't look like that much of a threat. But in terms of hot shotting, man, people have won the Money in the Bank briefcase and cashed it in that night multiple times, like the same night. So this isn't hot shotting at all.
Okay, so Kevin, you said they're doing the dogfight. They're doing what they need to do. They're trying to give us good TV, right?
I guess.
Kate the Great gave us this little tidbit.
God!
During the Alex Zane interview, Tony, I'd love to hear what you think of the Bearcat.
Yeah, read it.
I don't know. I mean, the Bearcat, whatever.
Keith Lee was just introduced as Keith Bearcat Lee.
Great. WWE.
Wow, this is riveting.
What is there to say? They're gonna fucking name whatever they want.
What is a Bearcat?
It's isn't it kind of like a cougar or a puma or a thing?
It's
not. He looks like a bear and he acts like a cat.
It's man bear pig. It's
you know what, Tony? You know what? I know what's really funny.
Isn't it like a bobcat, a bearcat? Because that's like a mascot for some college teams, right?
Yes, Cincinnati.
It's a fucking gross looking animal that lives in a tree.
Okay, it is 100% not a leopard or a puma or a bobcat. It is wow.
I just want you to know when I put in on my phone in the Google machine, what is the first thing that comes up is what is a thunder frog?
I still haven't figured that out yet, by the way.
So Kevin mentioned it. Raw tonight, we got the New Day against what are they called? The Tribe?
I don't know. It's Roman and
Bloodline.
Yeah, the Bloodline. Thank you, T-Donk.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I think this is pretty exciting stuff. I think Roman Reigns is doing amazing stuff on SmackDown. I think Big E is like the perfect foil. Although,
Bobby Lashley.
Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar at the Crown Jewel.
Is that a fact?
Thursday, October 21st, baby.
Matt, let me run this by you because I had a very good conversation with a buddy at work. Finn Balor's coming back as the Demon, right? So we've always had the conversation where can Finn Balor ever possibly lose as the Demon without absolutely destroying the character? And I used to think yes. Like there's no. I mean, I used to think he could never lose as the Demon. But now I'm thinking. My buddy said that Roman versus Brock doesn't need the belt, so he thinks that Finn Balor might actually beat Roman Reigns. And then you have Finn as the champ and Roman versus Brock just as a big time match. I think that Roman, the way that he's been booked, might be the perfect guy to be the one to end the Demon's undefeated streak at this point. What is your thought process on whether or not if Finn Balor lost to Roman based on how awesome Roman's been booked, would that hurt the Demon persona?
Oh, man.
Loaded it. I know.
I don't know. That's a good question, Kevin. I really don't know because they bring out the Demon for huge matches, right? And he's, we'd have to look it up, but to your point, I think he's undefeated. When the Demon shows up, shit's about to go down. Wasn't he I don't know if he was the Demon in NXT against Karrion Kross. I don't even know if that was a match. I might just be making that up. I get
I don't remember.
The
I don't think he
question
was
is,
though.
who's the guy then? Who takes that title off of Roman Reigns? Is there a guy?
It's gotta be. I feel like the more I think about it, like if you want to keep, like, here's the question now: if you have Roman Reigns beat the Demon, who are you inevitably preparing Roman for? Like, is it who is it? Like, there's really nobody left. Is it The Rock? Like, is it who is it?
I have no idea. Is that what they're hanging on to? The Rock Roman WrestleMania match? Is that what this is all for?
Is it freaking Brock Braun Breaker? Is it like who is it? So like
it's a great question. I just don't know. Like, this reign has been so dominant.
All right, so what about this? Let me throw this at you because Finn just tweeted out not so long ago that him and Cena have unfinished business. So what if the Demon beats Roman and then drops it to Cena for Roman to get it back from Cena?
Does anyone want to see that though?
I don't know. I mean, does anyone want to see anything that they're really doing in terms of that? Like that. Oh, my question is like, who does Roman Reigns eventually lose to? Is it? It's not going to be. It can't be Brock.
I would hope not. Captain VSK says Kevin Grifo versus Roman Reigns. Book it.
Big dog don't want none of the bigger dog.
I don't know.
I'll call him out like you call out Lashley.
I don't know what the answer is. You know, the Demon seems suitable. He never got his rightful run as a WWE champion. He was always hurt.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I don't watch the WWE.
Neither do. Yeah, I haven't watched
all
it
the
in a
news
while.
I get from it is from the notes that I take or the clips that I see. Like, I think Big E as the world champion is a great move for them. He's super charismatic. He's like, you know, a lot of people shit on the Miz, but the Miz is out there doing the fucking media tours. He's super charismatic. He's entertaining. Like, you want a new face of the WWE? Like, Big E's the guy. Put him on fucking Good Morning America. Put him on whatever shitty. I don't know what's on. Regis is dead, right? So Regis and Kathy Lee isn't a thing anymore.
Yeah, no, he's not.
Put him on.
He's on Dancing with the Stars as we speak.
Who? The Miz?
Yes.
No, Regis.
Regis is Dancing with the Stars?
That's right. That's right.
He's dancing with the dead, like the Mexicans on the ofrendas.
What's an ofrenda?
That's the setup they put in their houses to honor the dead, and if you don't honor the dead anymore, then their soul disappears. You got to watch the fucking Coco movie from Disney. It tells you the whole story.
I'll put that on my list with the documentaries. I got a lot of shit I got to watch, apparently.
Well, dude, watch Coco. If you're not crying in the fucking middle of the movie, holy
I don't want to watch a movie that makes me cry.
You watch documentaries about people being killed. You don't fucking get sad?
No, you can't live with bears. They're not domesticated animals. They will eat you. That's what they do.
Yeah, most people know that.
This guy didn't.
I did start watching Breaking Bad. I watched the first season of Breaking Bad. It is awesome.
It's a good one. It tails off towards the end.
No, yeah, but I got to check.
Oh, Captain VSK wants to know, Tony, Coco, and the other one was a Book of Life. Is that a sad one too?
I didn't see that one, but yes, it's in the same vein. Yes, that's a little more. I think that one's more like Coco's based around music, but I think Book of Life was more like musically inclined, if that makes sense. It was more musical than like, you know how Disney's are, like they do the story, but it's a couple of songs that everybody sings and shit. But Book of Life was more like, I think, sing-songy musical, kind of like where everybody sings.
Coco.
That's the difference. Coco's a good fucking movie, though. Holy shit, it's a good movie.
All right.
Is that about the gorilla?
Yes. He climbs the trees looking for bear cats and he molests them.
Well, wasn't Coco the talking orangutan or the gorilla or something?
He did sign language. He couldn't.
Oh, sign language, yeah. So it's a musical about a sign languaging primate.
Yes.
Okay.
It's great Disney vehicle.
Oh, can't wait.
You know what I can't wait for this week?
Oh boy.
Extreme Rules, baby. We got picks.
Oh boy. I couldn't name one match on this show right now.
Well, Kevin, I think you did already. Roman Reigns and the Demon.
Oh, that's right.
Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair. Damian Priest defends the United States Championship against Sheamus.
Hello.
Charlotte defends the Women's Championship against Alexa Bliss. The Usos defend the SmackDown Tag Titles against the Street Profits.
Oh, boy.
And Liv Morgan takes on Carmella.
All right, I can dig it.
And we'll see what else comes out as we inch closer this weekend to Extreme Rules.
All right.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that.
Terrific. Looks like Johnny Gargano's contract is expiring.
And Kevin Owens too, right?
Yes.
Muy interesante.
Interesting. Pete Dunne apparently is re-signed, so he will be with them for the next 3 years.
He's not done yet.
Nice.
Either is the WWE, because guess what's coming back, Tony? The WWE draft, October 1st and October 4th, because it's brand supremacy season, brother.
Oh, fuck me sideways.
Love me a good draft.
Oh, God. Are we going to wind up with Big E against Brock Lesnar at fucking Survivor Series?
Brock Lesnar.
Oh, man.
Is this where we're going?
No. Oh, no. If Brock beats Big E, oh, no. No.
If Paul Heyman was smart, which he is, he should get Brock Lesnar to challenge Big E instead of fucking Roman Reigns. And then the two of them could be like an awesome power trip where Heyman has control of both Raw and SmackDown. I think that would be the fucking move.
Well, Roman might not be the champ. If I may volley, he might not be the champion, sir.
I think it is safe to assume there will be another wrestling promotion that will not have that will have a brand new champion in the next couple weeks.
Are you making a proclamation right now?
There is no shot that MLW does not have Hammerstone beat Jacob Fatu at Fightland.
Thought you were going a different direction.
No.
But no, I agree with you.
No. This has been building for years.
Oh, yeah.
17 years.
Almost as long as the Von Erichs versus Filthy Tom Lawler.
What? Now, Tony, I know you're the MLW guy, and I was scouring the internet this afternoon. Where is all the shit they taped in Philadelphia? Why is that not on TV?
They fed him to the Bearcat. That's why.
They just showed the Rumble with Hammerstone winning. I don't think we've seen, and someone out there can correct me if I'm wrong, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch. Did we ever see the debuting LAX?
They just their debut on that show, and I think I might be mistaken, but word might be that LAX is going to challenge the Los Parks, maybe, hopefully. I pray.
Oh, can we get Los Parks versus LAX cooking segments?
Can we get Los Parks starring in a TV show called Los Parks and Recreation? That's what I want.
So I'm really looking forward to Fightland. I think this title match, and it's title for title. So if Hammerstone wins, we have a tournament. Do they merge it? Do we need a secondary title? I don't know. But it's going to be cool to see Hammerstone holding two belts over his head, because that's the fucking man right there.
The Meat Castle. Well, this is that MLW Fightland is going to air on Vice the following Thursday. So this show is October 2nd in Philadelphia. October 7th at 10 p.m. Eastern, this episode of Fightland will feature this match. It will be directly following the premiere of Dark Side of the Ring, Johnny K9. So if you are watching Dark Side of the Ring on Vice, it'll be the Johnny K9 episode, and that will lead you right into MLW Fightland, which will feature Jacob Fatu and Alexander Hammerstone.
What are the other dark sides?
FMW, XPW,
Canyon next week.
Canyon, Johnny K9.
Johnny K9. What was he infamous for?
He was a pro wrestler and a leader of a biker gang. And I'm pretty sure he killed a bunch of people.
But he was like a job guy, right? Or an enhancement talent.
Yeah. What am I forgetting? Did I say XPW?
Yep.
Luna Vachon.
That's all right.
I heard they interviewed Kayla
Gave me
Sparks for
enough.
that one.
Did they really?
No.
Oh, dang.
No.
They're also doing the Opera Cup at this taping. Alex Shelley is the 8th and final entrant. You will see Alex Shelley, TJP.
Oh, they fucking signed Bobby Fish.
They did.
MLW signed Bobby Fish.
They sure did.
At fucking Court Bauer.
And he will be in
Moving
the
and
Opera
shaking.
Cup with Calvin Tankman, Matt Cross, TJP, Alex Shelley, Bobby Fish, Lee Moriarty, Davey Richards, and fucking Dr. Daisy Dukes himself, Tom Lawler. He fucking sucks. They also announced that Myron Reed will defend his MLW middleweight championship in a 4-way match against Arez, Aramis, and Tajiri.
Reza Ramirez.
And this is, don't even think about it, Nelly. Nelly, no. This is all taking place at the 2300 Arena on October 2nd in Philadelphia. So I'm sure tickets are still available.
If you play your cards right now, you can get a ticket right next to Phil, and he can sweat all over you for 8 hours.
Is that what he did at the baseball game to you?
No, because it was only 2 hours. But I heard the last tapings that you guys went to all together at the 2300 was delightful.
I don't understand. I just don't. What did they do with the Philadelphia footage?
They ate it, bro. I don't
Why?
know. Because Court was hungry. He's a rather portly man.
T-Donk, did you happen
What?
I know you're getting tired over there, buddy.
What?
And I told you, anytime you want to go home, you can go home. But
I'm home.
Me and Kevin are talking AEW now, and you, so you can hang out if you want. Right? Did you have any interest in AEW Dynamite last week because it was at the Prudential Center in Newark?
I did, Matt. Oh.
I didn't watch it. I was interested in it. I haven't watched it. It's on the DVR. I haven't deleted it yet, so it's on the to-do list, but I had a very busy week. I didn't have a lot of time to catch up on things.
Understandable. Well, it was a fantastic time. I think me and Kevin can agree. We had a great time.
Oh, yeah.
We got to see lots of fantastic wrestling, and the crowd was red hot.
You guys went to that beer garden next door before the show?
Yes, I was at Red's.
That's the place. Next to what used to be Dinosaur Barbecue. I heard they're no longer in existence.
Everything over there is closed outside of Red's.
It's so fucking weird, man. That place used to be hopping. Now everything's fucking gone.
There was no sporting events or arena events for 18 months.
Yeah, but Dinosaur Barbecue always did well regardless, which is fucking really weird, but whatever. Whatever, times they are changing, I guess. So tell me about the wrestlings.
It was absolutely amazing experience. From Adam Cole's debut to Sting to the huge announcement of Grand Slam this week. Even Rampage was great. It was a fucking, I mean, I know it's like a week late, but I can't put it over enough. It was an unbelievable wrestling experience.
Okay, what is Grand Slam?
What? Are you serious?
It's the show at the Arthur Ashe.
That's the Arthur Ashe show that you're going to on Wednesday.
Correct.
Which I'm still looking for a ticket to, by the way. If you have one in the 100s, preferably 105 or 110, I would love to have a talk. But anywhere in the 100s.
Are there tickets still available for the show?
For verified resale tickets, but you're going to pay out the yin yang for those.
Yin Yang Party.
But
yeah, I believe it's sold out.
Yeah, but the resale market is ridiculous.
Of course, I understand. Well, I met a weird fella at the beer garden.
Your favorite thing to do when you go to wrestling shows.
Okay, it was me and Kate. We were waiting for Kevin to show up. We were waiting for our fourth ticket, Bacon, to show up. Kate was waiting for John Alba. to show up. He's a newscaster and a wrestling guy. I was waiting for Dave LaGreca, who I did see. So we were inside of this Reds. We got drinks, and then they were just continuously playing AEW music, which is fine. But after you hear Cult of Personality for the 6th time, you need a fucking break. And so I said, let's go outside. There's nobody outside. This place is fucking jam-packed. So we sit at a picnic table. We're having drinks. I have the bladder of a 4-year-old. So I was like, I got to pee and I got to get a drink.
Confirmed.
As I'm saying this, a dude is like, do you mind if I just put my beers here? And it was a giant picnic table bench. So I said, no, not at all. And then I made the mistake of leaving Kate alone with a male wrestling fan. So I got up to go to the bathroom and then to grab another drink. And when I came back out, this dude was talking to Kate. And the minute I sat down, Kate being a student of the Map Omen game, instantly was like, Matt, this is Greg. And I was like, cool, what's up? And the dude wouldn't fucking stop talking to me. So Greg was apparently QT Marshall's babysitter. And he's also a ticket snob. So Kevin, what you do is you go to the show, and then about a couple hours before the show, they will release tickets on the Ticketmaster app. And if you continuously just keep checking, you can find really, really good seats. Greg also asked me for my phone number. So he wanted to stay in touch. So
Did you give him your phone number?
I did.
So you and Greg are going to be buddies now.
No, I've already deleted it from my phone.
Oh.
What? I have nothing. What am I going to talk to Greg about?
Did you block Greg's number, or can Greg still call you?
We'll see if Greg texts me on Wednesday. See what I'm
Oh, you're going to hook up with Greg on Wednesday?
No, I really don't want to. I was also recognized by a fan standing in line who follows us on Twitter, so that was weird.
No way.
Yeah, because I took a picture of me and Kate, and I said, here at Red's having a drink. Come by. Don't talk to me. Talk to Kate. Lady Frost thought it was the funniest tweet ever. She just responded with a bunch of laughing faces. And then as I was talking to Kate about smashing Francisco Lindor's head on the cement block across the street, and I was pointing, I pointed at a man who then pointed directly at me, asked somebody to hold his spot, and then came over and introduced himself as Carl. Carl is a regular at Pro Wrestling Magic. He claims to be the loudest fan ever, and he's also follows the Shining Wizards and Kate. So he talked to us for a moment.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yes, and then we saw Dave LaGreca, and that was fantastic.
Dude, as an aside, the Dave LaGreca Thunder Rosa shit is fucking brilliant. Brilliant. When she fucking
This might rival Macho Man Hogan WrestleMania 5 status, this feud.
It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, she's breaking in the house. She's sleeping in his bed.
Dude, the best was that picture. Violetta's just sitting there reading her fucking book. Thunder Rosa's next to her. She got the fucking Dave LaGreca plush doll. Oh my God. Even the fucking t-shirt. She's wearing a Dusty Sucks Egg shirt. It was fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
So
and shout out to Violetta too. She was also with us at Dynamite in Newark on Wednesday. So, but Matt, let me ask you this though. You're supposed to be like Kate's like wrestling bodyguard, and you just left her to fend for herself with all the weirdos?
I wasn't gonna piss my pants.
That's a very good point.
You'll shit him, but you won't piss him. That's too far.
I don't shit my pants on purpose. Look, it was time to go. It was time to go. I had to pee. What do you want me to do? I drank a lot of fucking Jack and Cokes that night.
Oh,
that's right.
I get it.
So Grand Slam and Rampage are fucking. It's a pay-per-view this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson in a non-title match. All right. Britt Baker, Ruby Soho, Cody Rhodes, Malachi Black, FTR against Darby Allin and Sting, MJF, Brian Pillman. That's just dynamite. Rampage, CM Punk against Will Hobbs, the Young Bucks and Adam Cole against Christian Cage and Jurassic Express, Chris Jericho and Jake Hager against Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, Eddie Kingston, John Moxley against Minoru Suzuki and Lance Archer in a lights out match, the Lucha Brothers, Santana and Ortiz against the Butcher, the Blade, and Private Party, Anna Jay against Penelope Ford.
Yeah, double stack cards.
Damn.
It's going to be fucking insane. I cannot wait. The atmosphere was amazing. I have reached a point as a fan where there were moments Wednesday night where I just sat there and just soaked it all in. It was fucking awesome.
It was the first time in a long time where I felt like an actual wrestling fan again, and it was absolutely perfect. I wish I saw more of Rampage, but at that point it was like what 10 something, and I was already pretty lit. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go hang out in the corridor right now. But no, literally everything about it was great, especially seeing the people that, former guests of the show, seeing them on this monster stage and stuff like that. It's just, the crowd was nuts. It was literally felt like, and the fact that it's a major wrestling company that's not called WWE at an arena like this, and we're there, is just makes me feel so freaking good. So I was super happy.
Kevin, are you happy about the announcement today?
That all depends on what you're talking about. Did I make an announcement?
You did not, but AEW made an announcement that them and the Owen Hart Foundation are collaborating on a Owen Hart Cup tournament, and they will be distributing unique and original Owen Hart merchandise like action figures, apparel, posters, and other collectibles, and inclusion in the upcoming AEW console video game.
I mean, listen, he's never going. His widow is never going to reconcile with WWE. So if this is what we get, I'm super happy with it, and I'm looking forward to hopefully a potential, because Jeremy Padower put out that there was more than likely going to be an Owen Hart Jazzwares wrestling figure. So that alone is getting me really, really excited. Part of me wants the closure with him and WWE in the Hall of Fame, but clearly that's never going to happen. So if he can be honored and included in the wrestling business still to this day with AEW, I got absolutely no problem with it. Now, is AEW, now see, this would be a complete overreaction, but is AEW just trolling WWE at this point with this?
I don't think so.
No, see, I don't think so either, but I saw that kind of around on the social media. That, come on, come on, he's not your guy.
Wrestling fans are fickle, and they are idiots.
Right, but I still want him to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Like, I really do. And I know that'll never happen. So like I said, if this is a way of him being honored and being remembered, and more merchandise, and the foundation gets help, and Martha Hart is okay with it. Yeah, I got no problem with it. I'm excited because I just want that Owen Hart Jazzware figure, baby.
Why is the WWE Hall of Fame like the ultimate end game for you?
It just feels like it should be, just because I think we've been conditioned to it. Like, everyone, like every year we have the conversation, like, oh, why isn't such and such in the Hall of Fame? Like, no one was happy until British Bulldog got in, right? Like, and then like that kind of, like, people every year, people are like, why isn't British Bulldog there? Why isn't British Bulldog there? And now he's there. And Owen Hart's like the same thing. It'll never happen. If WWE could, they'd put him in tomorrow. But it's just never going to happen. And to me, it's just, I guess we're conditioned to feel like that's an honor. Like, people that are in the business, Hall of Famers, say it. Like Jeff Jarrett, like, says it. Like, people that were on the outs and came back in said that it meant something to them. So I felt like maybe at some point it would happen, but clearly now it is not going to happen. But to me, it's just the tradition. It's the condition that we are put in. Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
It's definitely. I can speak for myself when I say it's just you, because I think the WWE Hall of Fame is a hunk of dog shit. So
that's you. I mean, I feel like the majority of, we can put it out on the old Twitter ski, but I feel like the majority of the people feel like that closure is something that wrestling fans they don't deserve it, but I feel like they need it.
I mean, can you blame her though?
Absolutely not.
So I think this is, I don't think this is an AEW versus WWE thing. I think this is Tony Khan, as Captain VSK said. I think it's Tony Khan being a wrestling fan. How are you going to have a wrestling company and not want to include some part of Owen Hart. And obviously they know that the WWE option isn't there. Right? Tony Khan knows like Owen Hart will never be, his name will never be associated with the WWE.
Yeah. So again, the positive outweighs the negative. The positive is that the Owen Hart Foundation is going to get a whole lot of good done with them. Owen Hart's name still exists more so in wrestling than it has forever, since his passing and for the most part. But yeah, so yeah, again, at the end of the day, it's like, to me, it's like 90%, 10% positive, like 90-10. Like I'm way more for it than I am against it.
Tony, how you doing over there, buddy?
I think I'm gonna be punching out. I think it's a good thing that Owen Hart's finally gonna get some recognition. I don't blame Martha Hart for not giving any fucking leeway to the company that essentially killed her husband. So it is,
Yeah,
you know
what?
it
Yeah,
is.
I guess I just needed to hear it put that way, Tony. You're right. And
I mean, why would she? I mean, they destroyed the family. Really, I mean, they took away a father, a husband, and a guy that everybody considers to be like one of like the great guys in wrestling, in and out of the ring.
No, you know what? You're right.
I mean, you look at Mr. Perfect, and he was a bit of a shit stir with his ribs, but when everybody talks about Owen Hart's ribs, they were always done like in a joking way. It was never like, like, oh, I think the Bulldogs cut up your fucking tights. You know what I'm saying? Like there was never any malice behind anything that Owen ever did. Nobody's ever said anything bad about him. He never wiggled his dick at anybody. He loved his wife. You know what I'm saying? Like,
now listen, listen. He's my favorite of all time, so you don't gotta preach to me. It was just a weird. It was something that I totally did not expect to happen. Happy it is happening, but just like everything else, you think about all the aspects and all the angles of it, and whether you're a cynic or a positive person or this and that, everything comes into your head. Oh, good night, Tony.
Good night, boys. Thanks.
I agree with Mott Spock. It is bullshit.
Scott, yes.
All that shit in Philly hasn't aired yet.
Listen, I'm in good with Billy. Court, not so much. I'll put in a word for him though. Let's see if we can get that done.
Please do.
Right. Do so. Well, T Donk, I think, is leaving us. Go get some rest, T Donk.
Will do. Good night,
we'll see you next Monday for another rip-roaring episode of the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast. We're not signing on, Kevin. We still got some things we got to talk about if you're game.
Oh, man.
All right. So Owen Hart stuff, great news. Kevin, I know you watch NXT 2.0 on Tuesday night. I haven't seen it. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews, and I know you were chopping it up there on the Twitter machine from your Twitter handle there at Kevin Garifo. You see it right there on the screen. What did you think of this new rebranding of NXT?
All right, so you just mentioned the term mixed review, and that's kind of what it was for me. It was a lot of people are getting chances, which is good, but it was so far and away so different from the NXT that we've all been, again, the word conditioned to and expect. So it was definitely bizarre. It was weird. The lights, the stage. The stage was actually really cool though. But the lights being on while they worked, like it was definitely different. And I guess that could be considered a good thing or a bad thing. I'm definitely gonna watch it again tomorrow. So I mean, they've kind of piqued my interest a little bit. So like all right. So we have a new NXT champion in Tommaso Ciampa, which really surprised the heck out of me. But I feel like that's only to put it on Rick Steiner or Rex Steiner or Brock Bear Bronson or Braun Breaker or
Braun Breaker.
That's he's a Braun. We just got rid of a Braun. We need another Braun. Braun.
Yeah, why wouldn't he just be fucking Braun Steiner? Or
I don't know. I mean,
how would they capitalize on the Steiner name, man?
Eric Bischoff kind of nailed it on his podcast. Listen, come on, they protect their trademarks, man. Like I get that, but this is just the names that they think are good are just so freaking stupid. Like you couldn't think of anything better than Braun Breaker.
It's got to have 2 Ks.
Yeah, 2 Ks. It's got to be alliteration. It's got to be like it's ridiculous. I'd rather NXT stay the way it was, but clearly that was not in the cards. So
he debuts.
Is I guess what it is to coin a terrible phrase.
He debuts, interrupts an LA Knight promo,
That's
and
right.
then proceeds to beat him in an impromptu match.
Yeah, while LA Knight is in a 4-way for the world title later that night.
Do you think Eli Drake is
regretting his decision?
I don't want to say regret, but maybe like maybe some of them other offers that came in, maybe they were. Because I mean, look, the stuff with Cameron Grimes was fantastic in the $1 Million Man, but now like this just seems like, is this what he is? Is it because he's an older guy? Is it because he's from Impact? Is it because he's not? And then like they debuted 6 new characters on NXT on Tuesday night, which seems like a lot.
Excessive. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is it. This is the rebranding. This is 2.0. They have like that brother tag team, which just look. I think they're called the Creeds. Brutus and Julius Creed. Yeah, Brutus and Julius Creed. Dude, the debuts. Who else is on there? Let's see.
There was Brooks.
Oh, the guy. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's gonna take some getting used to, but like, what in wrestling hasn't? Like, like everything changes. You either roll with it or you don't. It's what it is.
I know, but I just think, look, I understand that they're changing, but don't you think it should be like a slow changing of the guard? Like, just this seems like, like when Bret Hart beat Ric Flair, it was kind of like a changing of the guard.
No, I get. I understand that, but sorry, go ahead.
No, it's you were choppy there, choppy.
Yeah,
it just
apparently I can't have. God damn it!
Go ahead.
No, apparently I can't have more than one internet window open at the same time, or else it completely destroys my Wi-Fi. But no, I understand the reboot. It happens, and I think I mentioned a point on Twitter where it seemed like the most like complete reset button push since like the WCW era, where Vince Russo and Bischoff came in together, and they just completely restarted everything. And clearly, we all know how that worked out for them. So it just seemed like a complete reboot. Mandy Rose came in. She has new hair. She's like the version of Dolph Ziggler when he had that brown hair for a freaking day. Rich Holland's a good talent. I like Rich Holland. The Creed brothers defeated the local competitors. And of course, Tommaso Ciampa is the champ, which I get. Listen, he's a transitional champion. Like, can we both agree on that?
Is that what they're going to do? Are they going to put this on Von Wagner?
No, they're going to put this on Rickensteiner.
You think so? I hear Vince loves this Von Wagner kid.
I didn't hate him either. And I actually thought he may have been the one, based on how the night was going, I thought he could have possibly won that night.
I don't think we got a chance to talk about it. Is Samoa Joe just snake bitten?
In terms of injuries?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, it's a tough business, man. Like, look at a football comparison. Look at Carson Wentz. Like, he managed to sprain both his ankles in the game yesterday, and the guy can't stay on the field. Samoa Joe just seems to not be able to stay in the ring, at least in the WWE atmosphere, it seems. Oh, Josh Briggs was on the show too. Yeah, that's right. Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen. They're a team now too.
Captain VSK is right. Von Wagner is Cal Bloom. He is Wayne Bloom's son.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that Mock Spot asked, Is Brooke Jensen a second generation wrestler too? He is. That is Bull Buchanan's son.
All right. Bull Buchanan was always a respected guy in the locker room.
It looks like we're getting Kushida, Roderick Strong next week for the cruiserweight. Is that what we're doing with Roderick Strong? Is he a cruiserweight now?
Go ahead, Matt. Repeat that.
I said Kushida against Roderick for the cruiserweight title. Is that what we're doing with Roderick now? He's a cruiserweight?
Oh, yeah, Diamond Mine. I feel like the cruiserweight title has become more than what we saw in its initial infancy and even in WCW and in WWE. I think it's more of like a mid-card to upper level belt now. It just has the cruiserweight name. Like, it's a high profile belt. It's a high profile. It contains high profile stories. So it's by no means. I mean, you got Kushida holding it, for Christ's sake,
right,
and Roderick Strong challenging for it. So I don't think it's now whether I don't know what it's been used for on 205 Live. I have no idea if it even matters on 205 Live, to be honest with you. I think it's more of an upper level, maybe a TV championship type deal as opposed to like a North American championship, which is like, I guess, an ECW TV championship. But yeah, so it's more than what we had been, again, conditioned to believe the cruiserweight title was.
Kevin, you had mentioned earlier in a text that you were going to try and watch Victory Road before you jumped on here tonight. Did you get a chance to watch it?
Some of it, but I'm caught up.
Okay. What is your big takeaway? What's the thing that's got you most excited about Victory Road?
I think the big takeaway is you got Josh Alexander set up for Christian Cage at Bound for Glory. You got your X Division champion, probably one of the MVPs of the show over the last probably 6 months, against a fellow Canadian world champion in Christian Cage. And if I had to pick right now, I guarantee you that we mentioned having somebody holding up 2 belts. Josh Alexander is going to be holding up 2 belts at Bound for Glory against Christian Cage. That is my bold prediction. That match, which I did not see, but I know it happened. Matt Cardona in a no DQ match defeated Rohit. I did watch a lot of the beginning of the show, and I think a match that you should go out of your way to see is the match containing Trey Miguel, Laredo Kid, Jake something, John Skyler, and there's somebody else that I'm missing. Oh, Black Taurus. That match was, yeah, Taurus Hogan. That was an incredible match. You had what else did you have here? Let's check it. I mentioned you had a Bullet Club defeating. Oh, look at that. Yes, that's right. Chris Bay and Matt, can you help me with the pronunciation of Haku's son's name?
Hakuleo?
Hakuleo. That's right. They defeated Finjuice. Moose and Morrissey took on. Oh, Callahan got hurt too, by the way.
I heard that. That's not a good sign.
No, he's out till 2020. So, I mean, I think they taped a lot this week. So, I'm hoping that at least they have stuff on TV for him to do. But yeah, so it's wild, man. I didn't watch it all, so I can't even speak to it. I tried, didn't get through it. Only because this is what I should have done. That I shouldn't have watched Impact from last week and should have just watched Victory Road. But
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, but I wanted to watch that 10-man tag on Impact with Myers and Moose and Callahan and Eddie Edwards and Ace Austin. So yeah, Christian Cage beat Ace Austin, and now Christian Cage, Josh Alexander is the main event for Bound for Glory.
I love that. I love that so hard. I think if you're going to kind of find a new face for Impact, we've all been very critical of the Kenny Omega Impact world title run because it kind of just didn't seem to do anything for Impact. In my opinion, they were mentioning it on AEW. Yes, he came out with the belt, but no one ever mentioned it. They didn't plug the fucking Impact pay-per-views where he was defending the title. So I think Christian Cage beating Kenny Omega and now Christian being the champion. I think this is a great passing of the torch. I think Josh Alexander is an excellent option to be your Impact World Champion. And I don't think anyone deserves it more than him, especially if you're familiar with the story.
And I think we're getting towards the end of this relationship. Like once I think Josh Alexander beats Christian, if he beats Christian, I think once that happens, I think we're going to slowly see this forbidden door not necessarily be closed between AEW and Impact, but like what else could you do?
Right. And what are they doing with fucking Jay White? Like Jay White's not in the fucking G1. He's not in Japan. Like that story seems to have been pushed under the rug, the Jay White Kenny Omega thing.
Yeah. And even like the Jay White Chris Bay stuff has now been transferred over to the guy that you said, who I can't pronounce his name, Hikuleo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I also think that I wanted to do a top 5 tonight. I couldn't get the list together in time, but I wanted to do a top 5 of 5 guys from AEW, or 5 wrestlers, women or men, from AEW that could actually probably benefit from going to Impact. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to put that on the shelf for next week. And I think that'll be a fun list to put. May have to make it a top 10 actually, because there's a lot of people that can probably benefit from some more stuff. And
nah, man, you gotta. If it's top 5, you gotta keep it top 5, Kevin. You can't keep extending your lists. It's got to be difficult.
All right, that's fine.
Impact, following the footsteps of the NWA Empowered pay-per-view, they are running a Knockdown, an all-women event that's going to air October 9th, and it's going to feature the likes of Gail Kim, Lady Frost, Renee Michelle, Mercedes Martinez. They're going to do a Monsters Ball match dedication to Daphne. Since she was first female.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that should be something that's going to be pretty cool. And that'll be in a couple weeks. And they announced the commentary team will be Melissa Santos. She'll be the ring announcer, and Mickey James and Veda Scott will be doing the play-by-play. So they're going all out for this women's pay-per-view, or special.
And I think we're leading up to, I think the match that everyone wants to see in terms of the knockouts division is Mickey James versus Deonna Purrazzo and I'm pretty sure that's a lock for Bound for Glory. It's got to be.
It'd be a fantastic lock.
Yeah. Oh yeah, great lock. Lock it up.
Lock it up, baby. Kevin, right in my wheelhouse, bro. It's fucking G1 time.
All right, Matt, let's go. This is the part of the show where I ask you questions about stuff while you talk.
Well, look, I'm not going to lie to you. The G1 started on the 18th. They're only 2 days in. I watched everything but the main event of night 1 of Block A.
All right.
So what that consisted of was Yujiro Takahashi beating Kota Ibushi.
Really?
In a huge upset. Huge.
I was about to say, what happened to Ibushi? I thought he was like the guy.
He's the guy, but this is round robin style. So everybody wrestles each other. It's 2 points for a win.
Oh, that's right.
You know, it's New Japan booking. Everything is not what it seems. They're going to throw a couple curveballs on you. They like to book where, you know, the baby face has to come back from a huge deficit. I don't want Kota Ibushi to win for the fucking 3rd year in a row. But I get people are fucking in love with this fucking fuckboy.
Oh,
so Takahashi beat him. There was a low blow behind the referee's back. And he did kind of cheat to win. The low blow changed the course of the match, but still, it's a huge upset. The Great Okan, he beat Tongoleo. Toriano stole a victory from Kenta.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And Zack Sabre Jr. made Naito submit in a fucking awesome match. And I'm at the main event. I didn't watch it. It's Shingo and Big Tom Ishii. Shingo won. I know that because I have all the results in front of me. But this is supposed to be a fucking match of the year candidate. So maybe I'll watch that tonight or tomorrow afternoon. Block B, Jeff Cobb got a win. Sonata got a win. Evil, Taichi, and Okada each got 2 points. The losers in Block B were Tanahashi, Hiroki Goto, Yoshihashi, Chase Owens, and Tamatongo. So this picks back up Thursday. This runs till October October 21st.
Oh man.
So we get the final. So I am like locked in. I've haven't had a lot of time to myself, so this is going to be the way I'm going to spend my time. But I'm super excited for this G1.
So is this an event? Is there any event in this G1 that we will be making picks for, or is that just going to be too much?
No, we are not picking. Look, I would have loved to pick the G1 because they do announce the whole field is announced. You know what matches are going to be when, but it's just too much, so we're not going to do picks there.
Yeah.
But I'm fully invested. There are some fucking banger matchups. Shingo and Zack Sabre Jr. will probably be the main event on the 23rd. Also on that night, you'll see Kota Ibushi versus Big Tom. Okada Evil is on night 4. Sonata Taichi. People are really high on Jeff Cobb. So you'll get to see Jeff Cobb, Hiroki Goto on the 29th. Jeff Cobb, Tamatongo, which will be a banger. I think what everyone's really looking forward to is this is the first time I've really sat down to look at the field. Jeff Cobb, Hiroshi Tanahashi on the October 12th. So it's it's the best time of the year. It's the G1. I love it. So I'll be following it intensely.
That's right.
That's the right
I think
word.
both may have actually worked intently or intensely.
Friend of the show, Chris Dickinson. He's getting Minoru Suzuki night 1 of the New Japan Strong Tour in Philadelphia, October 16th. So that's a hell of a fucking match. And as we talked with our guest tonight, Alex Zane, night 2, Will Ospreay, Alex Zane. I'm fucking pumped for that. I can't wait for that New Japan show. That's really all I have in the New Japan world right now, Kevin, as I'm a little behind on the G1, but I'm sure I'll have more next week. GCW made a bunch of announcements about shows they have coming up. They're bringing back Bloodsport, which if you're into like that shoot fighting type of deal.
Yeah, I think Marina Schaefer
Yep.
is going to be there.
And Minoru Suzuki and Killer Kelly. Friday, October 22nd, Bloodsport 7 in Los Angeles. They also announced a match between Nick Gage and Minoru Suzuki.
God, who wants to die tonight?
Fucking GCW is really doing some spectacular things. We mentioned a couple of those matchups that Alex Zane has. AR Fox this week, so I just am not off fucking Friday and Saturday nights, and I have so much on my plate I can't play catch up. I haven't watched fucking Ring of Honor. I still haven't watched Death Before Dishonor. I'm so fucking behind, dude.
Get out of here.
I'm way behind.
Listen, I think we were all a little bit behind, especially with this week.
Oh my god, there's so much shit going on. It's unbelievable.
So how about any news on my on GCW original Matt Cardona?
I don't have any news on the King of the Death match.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, Kevin. That's all the news and notes and shit I have. Is there anything else that I missed or something you want to talk about before we punch out of this crazy world?
Podcasts, not world, because that sounded morbid. Punch out of this crazy world. No, Matt, I think you covered it all. I think we had a great time. Alex Zane was fantastic. Everything was good. I can't wait to. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments. Sorry. Anyway, no, Matt, it's gonna be great. I can't wait to do this again next week.
Looks like Captain VSK says Cardona seems to be after Effie now.
Oh, you know what? I did see something about that. They have a nice little Twitter beef going on.
Interesting. I'll have to keep my eyes on that.
Yep. So that's it, Matt. That's all I got. I'm getting kind of tired myself. So,
all right, we're gonna pull this train to the station. This has been the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast. We hope you enjoy the new format over here on the StreamYard. I think it gives us a lot more options to do a lot more things. I love the fan interaction. I love the fact that we are live on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch and YouTube. And if you're watching on those, please subscribe to any of those channels, especially Twitch and YouTube, because we haven't really been doing much over there. But now we have this live option, which is going to be awesome. Special thanks to Alex Zane for joining us tonight. If you're watching GCW this weekend, keep your eyes on him. He's going to fucking blow the roof off the place. What to say? Oh, did you want to talk about the glass he had taken out of his back today?
I did not know that.
Cardona had a piece of glass taken out of his back from his match with Nick Gage, which was in June.
Yeah.
It's been in there for quite a bit of time.
That's scary.
I think I might have a guest lined up for next week, but I don't want to make any announcements, and I need to reconfirm with our guest for October 4th. He may be teaser here. He may be the new MLW World Champion when he joins us.
All right, I'm listening.
You're listening? You haven't figured it out yet?
Ooh. No, I got it. You got a little broken up.
Oh, if he's the new MLW World Champion and he's joining us on October 4th, I just have to cross some T's and dot some I's, and that'll probably be like 9:15 Pacific, or excuse me, Eastern time. But I think the Meat Castle is joining us on October 4th.
He went there. He went there and said it.
Which is also my anniversary, so I do have to clear that with the missus to see if I will be available for that.
So it's definitely not happening.
No, we'll see. We'll see. I can do stuff before the show, and I can block off the rest of my days that week and make time for the lady.
That's true. She's very understanding.
She is. She's a 1 in a million.
That's right.
Kevin, did you get to look at the belt Tony got me?
I did, and it's gorgeous.
It is. I have to find a proper place for it. I'm quickly running out of space in my room up here.
What about that? I was actually kind of, and this is no disrespect to the belt, but I was admiring that Calgary Hitman patch.
Oh, you like that, eh?
That's right. That's right.
That's displayed with all my other shit.
That's right. The AHL franchise of the Calgary Flames, I believe. That's right.
I believe you're right. This has been another rip-roaring episode. Follow Kevin on Twitter at Kevin Garifo. He's tweeting NXT now. It looks like 2.0 seems to be his thing.
It really all depends.
Yeah, whatever. We play it where the cards lay. He's out there. He's tweeting wrestling. He's doing comedy. You want to follow him. You want to check him out. All the Wizard stuff. It has been scrolling throughout the night. Hopefully you, if you're listening to this in podcast form, you go over to one of our social media channels and check out the video. The video will be available after this is done being live. So check it out. And continue to support the Shining Wizards. We have pins now that are for sale. They're $12, shipped anywhere in the United States, and they are limited amount. So we started the day with like 35, and I think we're down to 33.
Look at that.
So once they're gone, they're gone. We'll get new pins made, but they won't be of the Shining Wizards logo. It might be the Kick logo. It might be some other Shining Wizards thing. So if you want to get in on that, go to our Twitter at Wizards Podcast, DM us. We'll complete the transaction there, and I'll get those out in the mail ASAP. Also on the Twitter machine is a link to our Discord. Check that out. We've got lots of great things going on in the Discord. New people are coming in all the time, making great conversations. So check it out. And Kevin, you have any comedy you want to plug?
Nope.
All right, I'll be at Grand Slam Wednesday. Hopefully, Kevin joins me, finds a ticket. I'm going early. I'm going to tailgate. I'm not going to get all fucking banged up because I got a long day Thursday, but I'm going to hang out in the parking lot. I'm going to fucking bring my speakers. There'll be a cooler. There'll be food. I will bring booze for other people, but fucking, I'll take a picture. I'll put it on Twitter. You come by, you find us, you hang out. It's going to be a fucking great time. I can't wait, man.
You're bringing speakers.
Yeah, I got my little portable speaker gimmicks.
Like the ones that look like the rocks?
Yeah.
All right.
Tunes on Saturday afternoon. I'm gonna bring those. We're gonna hook those up. We're gonna rock and roll. We're gonna have a good time.
There you go.
I'm not playing any outro music, any of that nonsensical bullshit because I got to go back and fix the fucking intro.
Why? What happened in the intro?
Because Tony muted his microphone. That's why we couldn't hear anything.
That's right.
So I got to do that bullshit now.
All right, Matt. Well, good luck to you, sir.
Yeah. Well, come on back Next Monday, same time, same groovy station, 6:45, 7 o'clock. We'll be live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope/Twitter. And interact with us. We love you all and hope you have a great week in the wrestling, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.